Yes, ma'am, I do.
Okay, you can put your hand down and have a seat. When you slide up to that microphone and state your name for the record.
Cortney Gail Morris, Malcolm Moss.
Okay. I'm going to direct your attention back to, well, first of all, why are you coming from the back, Ms. Morris?
I'm incarcerated at this time for possession of methamphetamines.
Okay. And I'm going to direct your attention back to October 6th of 2017. Do you have a Facebook, Ms. Morris?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Okay, and what name do you go by?
Cortney Gail Morris.
Okay. Your Honor, this time I would tender State's Exhibit 73. It's Facebook records for Cortney Gail Morris with a business record certification.
Any objection?
No objection. No objection.
And what number was it?
Number 73.
It was submitted without objection.
Ms. Morris, back on that date, were you communicating with anyone on Facebook?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And who was that you were, what was the Facebook name?
Jordan something, Cracker something.
Okay. If I approach you with an excerpt from that time, would that help refresh your
Yes, ma'am.
recollection? I'm on page 717. I'm showing you page 717 and 716. Do you recognize these?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Okay. And who are the people communicating in these messages?
Myself and Chris is what's his real name, but Jordan on Facebook.
Okay, is that Jordan Headcrack Izzo?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And how did you know that it was Chris?
Miss Terry Garner informed me that that's whose Facebook it was after she contacted me to help find a missing child.
Could you see a profile picture that was linked?
The profile picture was his picture. She sent me a picture of the defendant, and his picture matched the profile.
Okay, and Your Honor, may I have permission to publish page 717 and 716?
Any objection?
No objection.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to start with page 717. Ms. Morris, I guess we discussed these records at
Yes,
the,
ma'am.
at the Newton County Sheriff's Office. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And did you also at that time, were you able to pull them up on your own Facebook?
Yes,
to show me?
ma'am. I still have them on my own Facebook.
Okay. And could you see the actual times that those were?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Down here, when were these messages happening down here?
They begin around 10:30 p.m. And they end at 9:44 a.m. the following morning.
Okay. And what are y'all discussing at that point?
In the beginning of the message, he's contacted me saying that we've never met. We run in the same circle of friends, and that we've never met. And then I asked him if he knew a common friend of mine that had the same similar tattoo as he, and he said he did not. Then he says, I asked him which friends, and he said we would discuss that if we ever met in person. That he didn't want to talk about it on Facebook. And then I get blocked. At some point, I get blocked during the messages.
How did you know that you were blocked?
I tried to reply, and it said I couldn't reply to those messages. And then I suppose he unblocked me, and then he said he didn't know what happened. He didn't know why I got blocked.
Let me ask this. I always get confused about this. Chronologically, is this going from bottom to top or top to bottom?
It goes from the bottom of the page to the top.
Okay, there, y'all be aware of that. If you look at it, it's gonna be from the bottom all the way up to the top.
Okay. And Ms. Morris, you discussed that he sent you a message after you had been unblocked. Is that
Yes,
correct?
ma'am.
Okay. And I'm going to point your attention to the top of this page. Is this the message that you're referring to?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And what time did you receive that message?
I believe that message came at 9:44 because there was a missed call directly after that message.
Okay. And then are you referring to on page 716 at the bottom of this page?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that what you're referring to?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And if that one is it says 1344, but it's your understanding that this is a universal time. Is that
Right.
correct? So the time that you told me was the correct time?
9:44
Okay.
a.m.
And then this message that he had sent, or that you received earlier, what time was that one at?
The first one,
The one right before the missed phone call. Was it just a couple
a
minutes
couple
before that?
minutes beforehand.
Okay. Did you receive any more messages from him after that?
I don't believe so. I believe he took his Facebook off of Facebook at that time.
I have no further questions.
Mr. Carter?
Thank you, Judge. Good morning, Ms. Morris. How are you?
Good morning, I'm fine.
You are incarcerated at this time for possession of methamphetamine.
Yes, sir, I've not been convicted yet.
Have you, do you have a bond set?
No, sir, I do not at this time.
Is that because you have a probation violation?
No, sir, I'm not currently on probation.
So it's just possession of meth, and you do not have a bond?
I don't have a bond because I have a prior charge in June that I'm going to trial against.
Okay. So you have two pending charges then?
Yes, sir,
All
I
right.
do.
What's the other pending charge?
Possession of methamphetamine paraphernalia, sir.
Okay. In addition to possessing methamphetamine, you also sell methamphetamine. Is that fair?
No, that's not fair.
Okay. Has the DA offered you any consideration for coming in here and testifying
No,
here?
sir, they have not.
Could you let me finish my question, please?
Yes, sir.
Has the district attorney offered you anything, any kind of deal or anything to come in here and testify here today?
No, sir, they did not.
Are you expecting that they will once you testify?
No, sir, I do not.
All right. You did not know Chris McNabb prior to this day, is that fair?
That's fair.
You've never actually met him.
You're right, sir, I have not.
You guys added each other on Facebook on the 7th.
Yes, sir.
You spoke from 10:30 till about 10:45, 10:47. Is that fair?
9:44 the following morning.
I'm sorry. You communicated with him between 10:30 and 10:47 on the evening of October 6th.
Yes, sir.
All right. At some point, you realized when you tried to write him back, you realized that you were blocked.
Yes, sir.
And so he added you back about 9:40, 9:42 on October 7th in the morning. Is that right?
He wouldn't have added me back, he would have unblocked his page, because if you block somebody, it takes 72 hours to unblock them. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Facebook, but if you block your page from Facebook, you can reactivate it and you can regain contact to your friends. So he would have deactivated his page, not actually blocked me.
All right. So, may I approach, Your Honor?
You may.
On my page, it says 178. This is the same page we've been looking at, though. The second,
Page number's at the top on the right.
178.
Once,
It's different on my page.
you mean that top page? I thought it was 7 something.
It is. I can use this one, Judge. That's fine.
Yeah, okay.
I'll use the one that's tendered. On page 717 on State's Exhibit 73. The second to last entry, does it not say Jordan added you on Messenger?
Where at here, sir? Yes, sir, it does.
Okay, and that was 9:42 in the morning on October 7th.
Yes, sir.
You want to look at it again? All right. And then at about 30 seconds later, he says, "My bad, I don't know what happened." Is that right?
Yes, sir, because it blocked me.
Right. So when he said, "My bad, I don't know what happened," he was basically apologizing for accidentally blocking you.
Which would have meant he deactivated his page again. Like I said, I'm not sure if you're familiar with Facebook, but in order to block someone on Facebook, you can't reply to them for 72 hours after you block them on Facebook.
And then
So he would have reactivated his page.
And then at 9:44 in the morning,
Yes, sir.
he tried to call you and you didn't answer.
Right,
And that's the only contact you had with Chris McNabb.
right.
That's all I have, Judge.
Mr. Frost? Ms. Stone?
Just to be clear, who initiated that conversation?
He did.
Okay, I have no further questions.
Anything further? You may step down, take her on back, call your next witness.
The state calls Matthew Lester. You raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you will give in the matter now pending before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Okay, make sure you pull up to that microphone so we can hear you. And will you state and spell your name for the record?
Matthew Lester, Mathew Lester.
Okay, Mr. Lester, why are you coming from the back today?
To explain how I got jumped on in Pine Valley Trailer Park.
Let me clarify. You came from the back. Are you in one of the holding cells?
Yes.
Okay, why are you being brought in that way?
She's asking why are you in the holding cell?
Because I'm incarcerated.
All right, I'm going to draw your attention back to September of 2017. Did you know Christopher McNabb or Cortney Belden?
I met him. I met him one time.
Okay. And at some point, did you go over to their trailer?
Yes.
Okay. Can you tell us about that?
Ended up over there with Shane Kidd to get a ride, and went to town and came back, and was sitting there. We was just sitting there smoking and just playing a video game, and Timmy Rustin showed up and they jumped on me.
Okay. When you said they, who were you talking about?
Timmy Rustin, Chris McNabb, and Shane Kidd.
And did you know Christopher McNabb before that incident?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Did you know Shane Kidd before that incident?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. When you say they jumped on you, what specifically do you mean by that?
They just started punching me and kicking me, and it took place from the living room all the way down the hallway till I reached the back door. And when I opened the back door, that's when they kicked me out over the rail, and I took off running to the top side of the trailer park.
What happened after that? Did you have any items with you that day that you went over there?
I did. I had a red and black book bag with the Atlanta Braves emblem on it, and it had a few items in it that I remember: a pair of shoes, Nike shoes, a broken necklace, and I think that's it.
Do you know what happened to those items?
They got left in the trailer.
You left them?
Well, yeah, I mean, I got out the only way I could, and anything that I had with me was left.
You explained some shoes. Can you tell us about the shoes that you said you had?
It was tan and purple Nike shoes.
And had you recently gotten those shoes?
I got them from a guy over in Anderson Circle.
I'm going to show you what's been previously tendered as State Exhibit 65. Do you recognize these?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And are these the shoes that you've been explaining?
They are.
Okay. Did you ever see what happened to those items?
No, I did not.
Did you ever break into Christopher McNabb and Cortney Bell's trailer?
No, ma'am.
Where did you see Chris McNabb after you were able to escape and get away? Did you see where he went or what happened with him?
There was a lot of movement going on that way, and they was running towards the woods.
And when you say they again, who are you referring to?
Shane Kidd and Chris McNabb.
Did you ever go back over to the trailer after that day?
No, I did not.
And did you ever go into the trailer and take baby Clea out?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Where were you at the time that baby Clea was missing and eventually found killed?
I was in Douglas County Jail.
And do you know the times that you were at Douglas County Jail, the dates?
It was October 2nd, October 10th.
If I showed you the certified book-in report, would that help refresh your recollection as to those dates?
Yes, ma'am.
And I'm pointing your attention to the bottom of the page. And the top of the third page, I'm sorry. So were you maybe released on October 17th, 2017?
Yeah, 17th.
No matter what the dates are, when baby Clea went missing, were you in custody at that time?
Yes, ma'am.
One second, Judge. back to that September date when you said they jumped you. Was Shane Kidd involved in hitting on you?
That I remember, I don't think he was involved as far as physically hit me, but I think he had a big thing to do with setting it up to get him there to jump on me.
Okay, and how badly were you injured on that date?
My whole head was I had cuts all in my head, and my face was swollen, and there was a lot of blood, a lot of bleeding.
Okay, you said they were hitting and kicking you. Were they just using their hands?
Hands and feet and brass knuckles.
Right, who had brass knuckles?
Chris McNabb.
And what did you do once you were able to get away?
I I worked my way down the hallway into the back door, and when I got the back door open, that's when they kicked me over the rail, and I just ran to the front of the trailer park.
And then where did you go from there?
There was a neighbor up at the top of the trailer park standing out, and I asked him could I use the phone, and that's when I called the 911.
Okay. Did you make a report to police on that date?
I refused medical treatment at that time, and I did not make a report.
Okay. Did you ever get medical treatment because of that?
I did it was later on that night when I ended up at my parents' house because I passed out and they called the ambulance for me.
So did you end up going to the hospital that day?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And what sort of medical treatment did you get on that day?
I went to the emergency room and they just cleaned my head up and a CAT scan and all on my head.
No further questions.
Mr. Carter?
Thank you, Judge. Good morning, Mr. Lester. How are you?
Good morning.
What are you currently incarcerated for?
I'm incarcerated for fleeing and elude felony.
Okay. Do you have a probation violation attached to it?
Yes, sir.
All right. How many pending charges and probation violations do you have right now?
I don't have any pending charges. They're all taken care of.
All right. Has the district attorney offered you anything with regard to your case or any other benefit in order to come in here and testify here today?
No, sir.
Are you expecting that you will get some kind of benefit for coming in here and testifying?
No, sir.
You are the same Matthew Shane Lester that pled guilty to felony fleeing or attempting to elude in the Superior Court of Newton County on April 25th of 2018?
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, tender Defense Exhibit M6, which is a certified copy of that conviction.
Show it to Ms. Zahn.
No objection.
It's submitted without objection.
You are the Matthew Shane Lester that pled guilty to giving false information to a law enforcement officer in the Superior Court of Newton County on February 8th of 2011.
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, I would tender Defense Exhibit M7, which is a certified copy.
Any objection from anybody?
No objection.
Submitted without objection.
You are the same Matthew Shane Lester that entered a guilty plea to felony obstruction of an officer on February 8th of 2011.
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, tender Defense Exhibit M8.
No objection.
Submitted without objection.
And you are the same Matthew Shane Lester that pled guilty to aggravated assault in the Superior Court of Newton County on February 8th of 2011. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, tender Defense Exhibit M9, which is a certified copy.
No objection.
Submitted without objection.
Now, you did not know Christopher McNabb at this time. In September 2017 when you came over to his house.
No, sir.
You knew Shane Kidd,
Shane Kidd.
and you didn't have any kind of beef with Chris McNabb at that time either.
No, sir.
But Timmy Rushton thought you were hitting his mom, didn't he?
Yes, sir.
Were you?
No, sir.
Timmy thought you did,
Yes, sir.
and he came over, and when he came over to the house that day, you were playing games like you said, you were chilling, but when Timmy got there, then the fight was on.
Yes, sir.
All right. Have you and Timmy resolved your differences?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you left these shoes that we're talking about, those are your shoes, and those were left there at that time, so, right?
Yes, sir, he was left in a book bag.
All right. Did you ever speak with investigators in this particular case?
No, sir.
Did Investigator Alexander, did he ever try to contact you or come to the jail and visit you?
No, sir.
That's all I have, Judge.
Mr. Frost?
No questions, thank you, Your Honor.
Ms. Stone?
Mr. Lester, you said that y'all were over at Mr. McNabb's house smoking. What were y'all smoking?
Meth.
No further questions.
Anything further?
No, sir.
You may step down. Call your next witness.
State calls Jeremy Shane Kidd. Raise your right hand, please, sir. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give in the matter now pending before this court today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Can you slide up a little bit to that microphone? Please state your name for the record.
Jeremy Shane Kidd,
Mr. Kidd, how old are you?
41,
How many children do you have?
6,
What are their age ranges? From young, just the youngest
19,
and the
19 to
oldest?
4.
Are you currently employed?
Yes,
What kind of work do you do?
surveying.
Do you know Christopher McNabb?
Yes,
How do you know him?
I was good friends with his uncle and his dad.
So, who was his father?
Mike McNabb.
And you said you were good friends with them. What do you mean by that?
Well, I ain't seen him. I hadn't seen him recently up until I seen Chris again for, I don't know, about 15 years.
Okay. So is that somebody that you used to hang out with or associate
Yep.
with?
Yep.
And did you see Chris when he was a child?
Yes,
And how long have you known Chris for?
since he was about 7.
Okay. And what about Courtney Bell? Do you know her?
Yes.
How do you know her?
Her mom, through Pam.
Okay. Do you know her father as well?
Yes,
Is it fair to say then that you know both of their families on each side?
right.
Okay. Now, in the fall of 2017, were you hanging around with Christopher McNabb?
Yes.
What was the nature of y'all's relationship? What were,
We just
besides being friends, what did y'all do together?
got high.
I'm sorry,
Got high.
got high?
Mhm.
Okay, and what did you get high on?
Meth.
All right. Now, I'm going to draw your attention back to September the 13th of 2017. Do you recall an occasion where you saw Matthew Lester?
Yes.
Now, was there some sort of a beef between Timmy Rushton and Matthew Lester?
Yes.
Can you tell the members of the jury what that was about?
Matt was with Timmy's mama, and anyways, Timmy told him that, don't put his hands on his mama, and Matt did, and they got, Timmy did what he needed to do, I guess.
Okay. So what did Timmy need to do?
Bite him.
Okay. Were you involved in getting Matthew Lester set up in a position where he could be beat up?
I guess.
Tell the members of the jury what happened that day.
Timmy called me and asked me if I'd seen Matt, and I told him yeah, and he told me what had happened between Matt and his mom, and wanted me to bring him to him, and I told him that, it ain't my car, I can't do it, Anyways, I told him to call Chris, and him and Chris talked and set it up to go back to Chris and Cortney's trailer, and that's where it happened at.
Okay. Now, were you at the trailer on that day?
Yes.
So how did Matt get to the trailer?
Me, Chris, and Cortney picked him up on 142, and he went back with us.
Okay. Now, what about the little girl? Are you familiar with Clarissa
Mm-hmm.
and also Kalia?
Yes.
Okay. With respect to Clarissa, was she there that day at the trailer?
Yes. She was her and Cortney sat in the car.
Okay. And was Timmy Rushton already there at the trailer when y'all got back with Matt Lester?
No.
So what happened?
We went inside, me, Chris, and Matt went inside. I sat down, I was playing Chris's Xbox, and Matt was sitting in a chair on the other side of the living room, and probably 10, 15 minutes later, Chris walked outside, and he didn't come back in first. Timmy came through the door first, and they started fighting, and then Chris jumped in, and he had a pair of brass knuckles and started hitting Matt. Anyways, they fought all the way down the hallway. When they got to the end of the hallway, Chris opened up the back door and kicked Matt out the back door.
Okay. Now, were you beating up on Matt Lester?
No.
What were you doing?
I kept playing Xbox.
I'm sorry, you kept playing Xbox?
Yeah, it wasn't none of my business.
Okay. Do you recall what you were playing?
Call of Duty?
Now, do you remember whether there was blood there in the trailer?
Not really, no.
Do you remember how, I mean, was Matt Lester injured just slightly or severely?
Yeah, he was, when I seen it, when he posted pictures on Facebook, he looked pretty bad.
Okay. But I mean, that day, did you actually see him before he got kicked out of the trailer?
Not really.
Are you familiar with the way the trailer is set up there? I mean, you talked about that hallway. Where were y'all at in the trailer when Timmy and Chris rushed in?
In the living room.
Okay. And what hallway are you referring to now?
The only hallway in the trailer.
Where does it go to?
To their bedroom.
I'm going to show you State's Exhibit number 22. You have a screen in front of you. Can you see that?
Yes.
Okay. Is that the doorway? Which doorway did Chris and Timmy come in? That porch doorway or the one on the back side?
That one.
Okay. And when you talk about him being kicked out of the trailer, was that on the same side or is that on the opposite
It was
side?
on the opposite side.
So I'm going to show you State's Exhibit number 24. Is that the opposite side of the trailer?
Yes.
Okay. And where exactly was Timmy seated in the residence? I mean, I'm sorry, Matt seated in the residence when he got jumped?
In a chair, like right across from the front door.
Okay, I'm going to show you State's Exhibit number 33. Do you recognize that as the inside of the trailer?
Yes.
What chair was he in?
That one right there.
Okay, can you mark that on your screen if you touch it?
It ain't on the screen.
I'm sorry?
It's not on the screen.
The chair's not on the screen?
No, the picture ain't on the screen.
You don't see it on your screen?
Nope.
Okay.
Is it on? Can somebody come up here and check his screen?
Okay. Now, I'm going to hit clear here, and there shouldn't be any markings. Can you draw, Mr. Kidd, on there where you were and where Matt Lester was?
I was right there, and Matt was right there.
Okay. And you referred to the hallway. I'm going to show you State's Exhibit number 34. Can you tell us what's depicted there?
Hallway.
And how far down this hallway did Mr. Lester go?
To that door right there.
What happened after, who kicked him out of the door?
Chris.
What happened after Chris kicked him out of the door?
Matt went up, he went running up the hill, and we both looked out the window, and Matt was talking to somebody, and Chris said, "Come on, the police probably coming." So Chris started grabbing all the paraphernalia out of his house and put it in a camouflage shirt or a jacket on. Anyways, when we started going out the door, the book bag that Matt had, I grabbed it, and Chris said, "Come on, we was going to go through the woods and go to Henderson Mill Road, and Cortney was going to pick us up on Henderson Mill."
What was the book bag? Do you remember what was in there?
I never even looked in it.
Why were y'all getting the book bag out of, or why was Chris wanting to get the book bag out of the trailer?
We didn't know what was in it.
I'm sorry?
We didn't know what was in it.
Okay. Now, did you ever find out what was in it when you got out there?
No.
Did you ever take anything out of the bag?
No.
You said Chris was the one who took you down the trail, or did you take Chris down the trail?
Chris took me down it.
Have you ever gone down that trail before?
No.
Have you lived there in Eagle Point Mobile Home Park?
No.
Were you aware of the existence of that trail, if you will, or power line
No.
easement that led to Henderson Mill?
No.
So if Chris were to say that it was your idea, or you're the one who showed him that path to go down that trail, would that be the truth?
Nope.
When y'all got down to Henderson Mill, what did y'all do?
Started walking.
And then what happened?
I think maybe he called Cortney and told her that we were on Henderson Mill to pick us up.
Did Cortney come and pick you up?
Yes,
Was there somebody in the car with Cortney?
just Carissa.
Okay. Now I'm going to draw your attention a little bit forward in that from September the 13th to September the 23rd. Did you have the occasion to be in the hospital just prior to that on the 22nd?
Yes,
And why were you in the hospital?
I had a broken jaw.
Where were you in the hospital at?
Atlanta Medical.
And without getting into too much detail, can you tell members of the jury generally how your jaw got broke?
Somebody hit me with a piece of asphalt.
Okay. So on September the 23rd, or somewhere about that time, did you learn from Mr. McNabb that there was a birth in the family?
Yes,
And did you, at some point in time, go to the hospital to see the baby?
yes, he came and picked me up.
Okay. And who came and picked you up?
Chris did.
What did y'all do?
First, after he picked me up, we went back to their house, and it was, it was a mess, and he was talking about cleaning it up. Anyways, Cortney started calling, wanting him to come back to the hospital, so we left their house and went back to the hospital.
Okay. When you said it was a mess at their house, what do you mean by that?
It was nasty.
The trailer was
Yep.
nasty? Describe what you mean by that.
Just stuff everywhere. Trash, clothes. It was just a mess.
Was that of any concern to you?
Not really.
Did you make any efforts to get it cleaned up?
Yeah, I did.
Why'd you do that?
Because they had a newborn baby, that's why.
Well, explain that.
Well, he was wanting to clean it up, but Cortney was calling, wanting him to come back to the hospital, so we left and went back to the hospital.
Did you get somebody else to clean
Yes.
it up?
Yeah.
Who was that?
Jessica Schumann and Carrie Carter,
And who were those to you?
just some friends.
Do you know whether or not they actually cleaned it up?
Yes, I was there. Jessica came and picked me up from the hospital. We went and picked up Carrie and went to their house and cleaned it up. I called Chris and told him what we were doing, and he said, go ahead, and thank you.
You've admitted that you've smoked methamphetamine.
Right?
Nonetheless, do you believe that children should be protected?
Yes.
Were you concerned about the newborn being brought into this trailer?
Right.
So when you went to the hospital, did you go into the hospital or did you just? Did
I
you
went
see
into the
baby?
hospital. I went into the lobby,
Okay.
the waiting room right outside the birth center.
Did you see the baby?
No,
What did you do?
just sat in the lot in the little waiting area.
Okay. And was that the day that the baby was brought home or just
No, I think it was the day she was born.
okay. Did you later go to the hospital on the day that she was born?
Yeah, I went to the hospital the day
I'm
she.
sorry, on the day that she came home.
Yes,
And how did you go there?
Chris and Cortney.
So were you in the car with them on that day?
Yes,
When y'all got to the hospital, what did you do?
sat in the car.
Why'd you sit in the car?
Because my jaw was broke, and I was trying to eat something. So I just sat in the car and.
What were you
waited on
eating?
A burrito.
And was your jaw wired shut at that
Yes,
time?
it was.
Did you have any tubes?
I had a tube coming out, a drain tube coming out from behind my ear.
Why did you go to the hospital given your condition on that day?
Because they asked me to. They asked me to ride with them.
Did you consider Chris a friend at that time?
Yes, I did.
Did you notice whether or not any other of his friends had come to the hospital to see his baby?
No.
Shortly thereafter, did they ever arrive with the child to come back to the car?
Yes.
And what did they do with the child?
Put her in the car. Put her in the car seat, and we left. They
Where-
took me somewhere else and dropped me off, and I don't know where they went after that. I guess they went home.
Okay. Now, for the next, I guess, several days between the time that you were with them on September 27th when the baby was brought home from the hospital to the time that Chris was charged with a probation violation on October the 8th, did you have contact with Chris McNabb?
Yes.
And were you hanging out at different places in Newton County with Mr. McNabb during that period
Yes.
of time? What were y'all doing during that period of time?
Just hanging out, getting high.
Have you had the occasion to review some of the Facebook records in connection with this case?
Not really.
Do you know whether or not Mr. McNabb texted you or communicated with you in some form or fashion on the morning of October the 7th, 2017?
Yes.
What time did he reach out to you?
He texted me all night long that Friday night.
Why was he texting you?
He was wanting to know where I was.
Did
He
you
was trying
respond?
to, nope.
Why not?
Called that Friday afternoon when he called me and told me that her dad had just brought the kids back home, and Cortney was in the background telling him he wasn't going anywhere, that he was going to stay at home. And I just never answered the phone for him again because I didn't want to be the reason that he took off and caused the fight between both of them.
Now, were you aware of an incident that occurred prior to that where were you ever in the presence when Mr. McNabb made an assault upon Ms. Bell?
Yes.
Tell us about that.
I was at Missy Davis's apartment at the, above the trailer park. Anyways, Chris come up there and said that him and Cortney had just got into a fight. And he stayed up there for a minute and he said he was going back home. I told him I'd walk with him. Anyways, when we got back down there, he walked in and they started arguing again and he jumped on her and started hitting her.
What did you say or do about that?
I told him, enough was enough, come on. Leave her alone.
Now, was there another occasion when you and Mr. McNabb were trying to leave in a car?
Yes.
Tell the jury about that.
We were trying to leave. I was in Timmy's mom's car, Cindy's car. Anyways, I stopped by over there and Chris was wanting to go with me. And Cortney didn't want him to leave and she kept leaning against the car, standing in the way. And he finally flipped out and jumped out of the car and knocked her down. And then jumped in the car and he wanted me to take off, but I didn't really take, I left, but I didn't really take off the way he wanted me to. It was like he was telling me to, smash out. But hell, I felt bad for her.
Do you know whether that she was pregnant or she had had the child already?
I want to say she was still pregnant.
Now,
she might not have been.
Are you familiar with this busted out window that I'm showing you in State's Exhibit number 48?
Yeah.
Do you know how that window got busted out?
They told me Chris threw a
Objection,
TV.
Your Honor. Hearsay.
Well, who told you that?
Chris and Cortney told me that Chris threw a TV through it.
Submission by the party opponent, Judge.
Objection overruled.
That Chris threw what through that?
A TV.
Had Chris, were you hanging out with him pretty regularly during these days leading up to baby Kalia being killed?
Yes.
Did he ever tell you that Matt Lester had broken into his trailer?
No.
Was the whole beef that day where Matt Lester was beat up, was that centered just around Timmy Rushton's
Yes.
mama getting?
Yes.
That's Cindy, right?
Yes.
Do you know whether or not Chris McNabb was a big dope dealer?
No.
Yep. You were smoking dope with him.
Yeah.
How was he acquiring dope at that time?
He didn't really even have any. It was me that had it.
So how did he get it to smoke it then?
I'd give it to him or smoke it with him.
Okay. Did he have large sums of cash that he carried around?
No.
Did he have flashy gold jewelry or anything that would make him the subject of somebody who wanted to execute a hit on him or break into the trailer to rob him of anything?
No.
Did Mr. McNabb have enemies that you were aware of that were capable or on the radar of somebody who might break into the trailer to steal his baby and kill it?
No.
The day of October the 7th, after you learned that the child had been, quote unquote, kidnapped, were you and Mr. McNabb texting on that day or communicating via Facebook Messenger about what he needed to do?
What do you mean?
Did you give him advice about what he needed to do about his child being missing? Do you recall that?
I told him he needed to pray about it.
I'm going to tender into the evidence, Judge, State's Exhibit number 72, which is 2 volumes of Facebook records for the Facebook account Jordan, Jordynn, Headcrack, spelled with a C, Headcrak, Izzo, Izzo.
Objection, Your Honor.
Mr. Frost,
No objection, Your Honor.
submitted without objection.
There's a business record certification that accompanies it, Judge. the screen page 77 of these records. And again, starting here at the bottom of these records. Can you see a message there that you would have sent to Chris McNabb? Are you aware that Jordan Headcrack Izzo was his Facebook address at some point in time?
Yes,
All right, that message here that says Shane Kidd, was that a message that you sent on October the 8th? That says 6:07 UTC time, so 4 hours behind, that would be 2:07 in the morning.
yes.
Can you tell the members of the jury what you said to him?
Said, Chris, I ain't heard anything. Only thing I know to do is pray that she is okay. Y'all need to do the same. Get on your knees and beg the good Lord to bring her home safe. I love y'all, and I'm praying for her and y'all.
And did Mr. McNabb communicate with you on October the 8th at 2:34 p.m. asking you for something?
Yes.
What was he asking for?
He said, Unc, I gotta have a bag of groceries. You dig, see if you can take me shopping.
Okay, now, what does the term "unk" mean to you?
Uncle?
Is that what he referred to you as?
Yes.
And when he talks about a bag of groceries, is he talking about going Krogering, or is he talking about something else?
He's talking about something else.
What is he talking about?
A bag of meth.
And you responded saying what?
I don't have any groceries right now. Go into the grocery store, what you need, and I'll get it.
And then, again, that would have been roughly 2:30 in the afternoon, the day after his child went missing. And then what did he tell you?
I won't sleep until my little baby is back home.
And you said in response?
I figured I would do the same. I said,
What did you tell him next?
you gonna tell me what you need so I can get it?
And then on the following day, on October the 8th, again, this would say 20 military time, UTC time. So assuming that UTC time means 4 hours behind, you would have texted him that afternoon. What did you tell him?
I said, boy, wherever you are, do the right thing, get on your knees and pray for forgiveness and the right thing. I don't know what happened, but that baby girl deserved more than that, not a duffel bag in the woods.
So when you said that message, had you learned that the child had been found in the woods in a duffel bag?
Yes.
Were you giving him advice?
Yeah.
Are you aware that your name was brought up in this investigation via Cortney to Chris about you possibly being the person who went into the trailer and killed the child?
No.
Do you recall being in the presence of Cortney after Chris was arrested with some young girl who, I guess, started some gossip about this case?
Yes.
Tell the members of the jury about that. Where were you and what happened?
We were at somebody's house in Conyers, and anyway, the girl called Cortney outside and told her that I had told her that I killed their baby. Cortney come back inside and told me, and I said, I went outside and confronted the girl, and she said that she didn't say it, that she said something else.
So are you aware that Mr. McNabb brought your name up in this investigation as a person? Would you have ever broken into that trailer to kill baby Kalia?
No.
Those are all the questions I have for this witness.
Mr. Carter?
Thank you, Judge. Good morning, Mr. Kidd. How are you?
All right.
Just have a couple of questions for you. You said you were in communication with Mr. McNabb the night of October 6th, morning of October 7th, to some extent. Is that right?
Yeah.
And your usual manner of communication with him is through Facebook.
Right.
In fact, that's really the only way you got in touch with him, unless one of y'all had a phone and you knew what the other's number was, right?
Now, he had a phone. He would call me, Facebook call me or whatever.
But you generally did not communicate, except usually by
Yep.
Facebook. All right. You are the Jeremy Shane kid that pled guilty to giving false name to a law enforcement officer in the Superior Court of Morgan County on May 13th of 2009. Is that right?
Yeah.
Your Honor, at this time I would tender Defense Exhibit M10.
Objection.
Certified copy.
Submitted without objection.
You're the Jeremy Shane kid that pled guilty to giving false information to a law enforcement officer in Newton County on September 22nd of 2011. Is that right?
Yeah.
Your Honor, tender Defense Exhibit M11.
No objection.
Submitted without objection.
And you are the same Jeremy Shane kid that pled guilty to giving false information to a police officer in Jasper County, Georgia on December 12th of 2017. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right, Your Honor, tender certified copy, defendants N12.
No objection.
Submitted without objection.
And you are actually on probation now, is that right?
Yes.
Up until 2 weeks ago, you had a probation warrant out for you, is that correct?
I don't know.
You don't know?
No.
Are you aware that the DA arranged to have that probation warrant lifted so that you could come into Newton County and talk to them?
No.
Objection, Judge. There's no evidence of that.
Objection sustained.
All right. When you spoke with Chris McNabb, you spoke with him on his Facebook account called Jordan Headcrack Izzo, is that correct?
Yeah.
And that's pretty much the only Facebook account that you spoke with him on.
No.
All right. Which other ones did you speak with him on?
Just about everyone he's had.
All right. On October 8th, 2017, when you're talking with him, telling him he needs to pray and talking about getting groceries for him, you were speaking on Jordan Headcrack Izzo, is that correct?
Yes.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Mr. Frost.
Yes, sir, thank you. Just a couple questions, Mr. Kidd. What exactly did you mean when you were telling him you better get on your knees and pray? What is it you think he should have been praying for?
For what he did.
Which is
Killing
killing
Bailey.
Kalia.
Yeah.
Did you ever notify authorities that you suspected him?
He'd already been arrested for it.
Okay, so this was after his arrest that you stated this.
Yeah.
As far as the house
They were
being,
looking for him or whatever,
they were looking for him,
I guess.
but you talked to him the night before any of this, she even went missing, correct?
He was with me the night before,
Okay.
Thursday night.
Did you learn anything that night? Did you know
No,
anything?
Thursday night or Friday night.
The night before she went missing, or the morning she went missing?
No,
October
I
7th.
wasn't with him.
Early,
Just tell him what day you're talking about.
October 7th,
Counselor, tell him the day of the week.
Friday.
Friday. I talked to him Friday afternoon, but Friday
Okay.
night I didn't talk to him.
And Saturday?
I didn't talk to him till like Saturday morning till, I don't know, somewhere around 8:30
8:30 a.m. or p.m.?
a.m.
You say the house was filthy. This was while Cortney was giving birth?
Yes.
She'd been at the hospital for 2 days, correct?
No. Not that I
No?
know of.
I'm
Not
sorry?
that I know of. Didn't she have the baby on Saturday? When I went to the house, it was on Saturday.
Okay. You're aware that she did give birth in a hospital?
Yeah.
Okay. And you're aware that there was complications to that birth?
Yes.
And that she spent time in the hospital?
Yes.
Okay. So the house being filthy, you arranged to have some people come in out of the goodness of your heart?
Yes.
But you do understand, of course, my client, prior to being in the hospital, giving birth for those 2 days, was also fully pregnant.
Yes.
Okay. And you say you went to the hospital, but you just sat in the car.
When they picked her up, yeah.
All right, that's all I've got. Thank you.
Ms. Zahn?
Are you aware of whether or not Chris was up at the hospital in one of those days between the 23rd and the 27th when the baby came home and then left in a sudden hurry?
Yes.
Can you tell us about that?
He called me and told me that that crime suppression and some other police were at the hospital, and he took off running. Well, he asked me to get him a ride, and the only people I could get to get him a ride was Missy Davis and Jamie Stevens.
Why did he take off running from the hospital where his baby was?
He said he thought he had a warrant on him, and they were there for him.
Where did he go to?
He went to the city park, across from, well, down the street from the Covenant Police Department.
So he went to Academy Springs Park?
Yep.
Now, you indicated that he had multiple Facebook accounts,
Yes.
and was he texting you from all of those different ones?
Yes.
Are you absolutely certain that he was texting you in the morning hours of October the 7th when the baby was missing?
Yes.
What was he saying to you?
He was just asking me where I was, and I never, I didn't answer him. And at like 7:41 Saturday morning, he sent me a message and told me that he was wigging and tripping and needed to get out of there, and I didn't say anything to him.
What does wigging and tripping mean to those who don't smoke methamphetamines?
Paranoid.
And if you could just indulge me for a minute, for those who have not smoked methamphetamine, what is the effect? I mean, what happens? Do you stay up more than you
Yes.
normally would?
Yes.
Is it possible to not sleep when you smoke methamphetamines?
Yes.
Can that go for days?
Yes.
Have you done that personally?
Yes.
So literally, like, how many days in a row could you go without sleeping?
4 or 5.
With no sleep at all?
No sleep at all.
And what happens when you finally go to sleep?
You crash out. You sleep hard. You'll sleep for a day or so.
Has that happened to you?
Yes.
And on that particular day, how do you remember that 7:41 so specifically?
Because of what he said, and then I don't know. It was less than an hour later. He sent me another message and told me that he couldn't find the baby, and that's when I finally responded to him and asked him, what do you mean you can't find her? It ain't like she can get up and walk. You need to wake Cortney up, and y'all need to find her.
And that is different from these messages that we saw earlier today?
Yes,
But you're certain about that?
I'm certain.
And the jury just heard that you've been convicted on multiple occasions of giving false information to a police officer. That's a misdemeanor offense?
Yes.
Have you ever been convicted of a felony, Shankhead?
Yes, in 1994.
What was that?
I was in 1994.
What was the crime, though?
Theft by taking and entering an auto.
Okay. Given the fact that you've lied to the police, or pled guilty, at least on 3 different occasions, to lying to the police, why should the jury believe what you're telling them today about the morning hours of the 7th and your communications with Mr. McNabb?
I mean, what I lied to the police about was my name because I had a warrant on me. I don't see no reason why I'd make up a lie about this.
Thank you. Those are all the questions that I have.
Mr. Gordon?
Thank you, Judge. Mr. Kidd, the communication at 7:41 a.m. on October 7th, was that made over Facebook Messenger?
Yes.
Which account of yours was that from?
The only one I got.
All right. Do you have those messages?
No.
Why not?
Because I don't keep messages. If you ain't one of my kids and part of my family, I don't need them.
Would it surprise you to know that those messages are nowhere on Chris McNabb's Facebook Messenger?
I guess.
Which account? Judge, I would ask that to be clarified. This account?
Well, it's certainly not on this account because we've got those records in, right?
I guess.
Okay. So, are you aware that it's not on any account that has been, that we have subpoenaed? You're aware that none of those accounts contain any information about Chris McNabb texting you at 7:40, 8:40, anytime in that morning?
No.
Zahn showed you where you were speaking with Chris McNabb on October 8th after the police had been called, as you said. Is that right?
Yep.
And you are aware that there are no other messages from you during that time period except those messages she showed you.
Yep.
Is that correct? But you're trying to tell this jury that you have the key to this case and that you know that Chris McNabb was awake during a time when he was supposed to be asleep. Is that right?
Yeah.
And they're supposed to take your word for it. Is that right? So when did you go to Investigator Alexander and tell him this?
I don't know, a couple of weeks after he was arrested.
You told Investigator
No, I
Alexander?
told Bo Alexander.
All right, told Bo Alexander this
Yes, I
a
did.
couple weeks after she was arrested. All right, did you tell Investigator Jeff Alexander that?
No.
I have nothing for you.
Mr. Frost?
I'm sorry, I may have not articulated my question properly, or perhaps you misunderstood it, I'm not sure which. On a Saturday, October 7th, 2017, Saturday morning, the morning the child went missing, you're saying that at 7:41, you knew that child was missing?
No, he sent me a message at 7:41 and said that he was wigging and tripping and needed to get out there for a little while.
I thought you just said you
No,
need to.
I said what
Let
I
me
said
finish,
was-
sir.
All right.
I did not hear him say that. I heard him say what he's saying up here.
Okay. Did you not say you need to wake up Cortney?
Yeah, about an hour later, he sent me another message that said he couldn't find the baby.
Okay, so that would be around 8:41.
I guess, yeah,
Still when everybody was supposed to be sleeping.
yeah.
But you're clear on the fact that so at 8:41,
I don't know, I'm not sure if it was 8:41. I said less than an hour later.
Less
after
than an hour later,
7:41.
so
I
8:30?
ain't exactly sure what time it was.
8:30?
Could have been.
Okay. In any event, he says, wake up Cortney.
No, I told him to wake up Cortney.
I'm sorry, you're right. But you say, wake up Cortney, so you presume she's sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
He said he couldn't find the baby. I told him, I said, well, you need to get Courtney's ass up and y'all need to find the baby. That's what I said.
All right. Did you, at any point in between that point and the time that the child was discovered, suspect foul play?
No.
You did not. What did you think happened? Did you have an
I
opinion?
had no idea. I didn't have any idea what happened.
Now listen to me, when they object, you need to stop talking until I can listen and make some ruling.
I'll rephrase that question.
Okay?
Was there anything that you knew that could have possibly assisted you in formulating an opinion on what may have happened?
No.
Okay. All right, thank you, sir.
Ms. Zahn,
Nothing further, Judge.
you may step on down. You may call your next witness.
Your Honor, could I take up a issue outside the presence of the
Yes,
judge?
I'll excuse the jury back to the jury room.
Truth and nothing but the true self you got.
Yes.
Thank you. Please introduce yourselves to the members of the jury.
Investigator Bo Alexander.
Where are you employed?
I'm employed at the Newton County District Attorney's Office.
Since when?
Been here 3 years.
Okay, and before that, where were you employed?
Prior, I was at the Newton County Sheriff's Office. I worked everything from the jail to patrol to narcotics when I finally left investigations in the Special Investigations Unit.
How many years total do you have in law enforcement?
18.
And of those 18 years, did you spend a good amount of years or a fair amount of years working specifically drug cases?
Yes.
And in what capacity? Can you explain at the Sheriff's Office what positions you held where you worked drug cases?
I was working in the Special Investigations Unit, which it handles all types of crimes, any type of crime, felony, misdemeanor, but it also tries to really deal with a lot of the narcotics that happen in and out of this county. So for several years, that's my primary job function was.
And did you also work alongside the DEA on occasions?
Yes, I did. And I also spent some time as a task force officer. I worked with ICE, with immigration, and that's also where I worked narcotics cases.
Okay. And so over the years, has that then, those opportunities provided you with knowledge of how the drug game works in Newton County and who some of the players are?
Yes.
Are you familiar, for example, with Anderson Circle?
Yes.
Have you been out there a number of times?
Yes, I have.
And what is it known for?
Meth, wanted people, stolen items.
With respect to Shane Kidd, have you known him for a number of years?
Yes, I have.
Do you know a person named Chance Griffin?
Yes.
What do they refer to him as?
Cheese.
Do you know and have you had the opportunity to be involved in investigations involving Pam Hamby?
Yes.
Have you been out to her house before?
Yes.
So the names that have popped up in this case are those people that you were kind of familiar with before you began working on this case specifically at the DA's office.
Yes.
At some point in time, did Shane Kidd, now explain that a little bit to the members of the jury, because we just heard him testify about being a criminal, you know, of sorts. I mean, he smokes methamphetamine, he's been convicted of crimes. Do you have the occasion to communicate with these people sometimes, like via text message or phone calls?
Sure.
And why would Shane Kidd communicate with you?
Well, there's all kinds of reasons. I mean, you know, that's the thing too, working basically in law enforcement for 18 years in this, I'd say in this county, say my first several years working in the jail, as a detention officer, inmate services, special response team, as a supervisor, even as a pod officer. Oftentimes, I mean, you basically are in jail. As an employee, you're in jail. You live with these people, you know these people. Most of these people, I can hear cough behind me and I can tell you who it was. You know, so I'd say after, say, somewhere around 18 years, 15 years, a lot of these folks, I mean, I've probably seen them come and go. I know their families. And, you know, oftentimes, it's the thing that a lot of times makes it easier, I guess, for some people to go out to a call. And we've all heard it, seen it maybe, that some people on the street, some people in jail, they might deal with a certain officer or officers easier than they would someone they don't know, have no clue who they are, don't like their attitude, whatever it may be. So oftentimes, there's folks that I still see on the street that would talk to me just like they would in the jail, or talk to me because I have dealt with their families.
Is Shane Kidd one of those people?
Absolutely.
Generally speaking, even though you live very opposite lives, do you have a good rapport with Shane Kidd?
Yes.
And did he at some point in time in 2018 reach out to you and share that he had information about this case?
Yes.
And did he relay to you about text messages that he had received from the defendant McNabb on the morning that baby Kalia went missing?
Yes.
And you were in the courtroom when he testified earlier. Is that generally the nature of what he had relayed to you at that time?
Yes.
Now, as an investigator on this case at the DA's office, did you go with myself and the Sandy Springs officer, Gary Morgan, out to Eagle Point in November of 2017 to map out the scene?
Yes.
And have you then become familiar with the trailer, the pathway that leads to Henderson Mill, and that general area on 36?
Yes.
Are you already familiar with that area on 36 and Henderson Mill Road?
Yes, I am.
Are you familiar, and from your law enforcement experience, have you had the occasion to frequently go in and out of that trailer park for other reasons, just in your past experience?
Yes.
In fact, you adopted a dog from that trailer park.
I did. I have a Chiweenie from there.
Okay. So, in your experience in law enforcement, are you familiar with the term like a cut?
Yes.
What does that mean?
Like a cut through, oftentimes a shortcut or off the beaten path way through.
Are there a lot of popular cut-throughs that come to your mind here in the county where individuals might leave a residence or leave a location through the woods to get to another location?
Yes.
And I'm talking more specifically about high crime areas. Could you give me an example of a couple of those?
Say, for instance, Salem Road, Salem Glen Apartments to Plum Orchard. There's a trail. that usually if we have problems over there, we say, hey, get someone on the other end also, because they're usually, somebody's going to try to escape the area or flee through one of those areas. And there's several all over the county. Most of our high crime areas, I would say, definitely have them.
Have you had the occasion to pursue individuals down those cuts through the county?
Yes.
And this particular path that we've heard about that leads from the mobile home park to Henderson Mill, were you aware of that before as a popular cut through for criminal activity?
No.
Did you have the occasion to walk through that path with myself and with investigator Gary Morgan in November of 2017?
Yes.
And were you able to get the GPS coordinates that were provided by investigator Mickey Kitchens from the locations of where baby Kalia's body was found and where the camouflage jacket and items underneath the jacket were found?
Yes.
And were you able to use those GPS coordinates of latitude and longitude and determine what the distance was between those two locations?
Yes, I was.
What is that distance?
It was actually 112 feet between the two distance, and that's just as straight as you can get between the 2 points, which roughly came out to 37 yards.
And to be clear, were you on the jury view that we took one day last week?
Yes, I was.
And were you, again, pinpointing the exact GPS locations on that date to ensure that the distance that you measured was the two locations that the jury was shown with respect to the items found and where the child was found in the hole?
Yes.
Okay. Now, did you also measure the distance between the location where Chris McNabb is alleged to have jumped out of the vehicle with Pam Hamby and Lauren Mackey and baby Jeremiah at the marathon to where he was arrested at the Chevron on 36?
Yes.
And again, I'm going to show you State's Exhibit number 88 that's already been admitted into evidence. Did you actually prepare these maps or work on getting these maps made for trial as an exhibit?
Yes, I did.
Okay, and so have you had the occasion to measure the distance between that Marathon gas station and the Chevron gas
Yes.
station?
Yes.
How far is that?
1.8 miles
And that would be traveling down which road?
down Highway 36, Georgia 36.
I'm showing you State's Exhibit number 61. Do you recognize State 61?
Yes.
How do you recognize it?
It's a map I had prepared. Basically, it shows the close-up of of 36, Highway 36, Flat Shoals, and primarily Henderson Mill Road, where it branches. But I wanted to show where 36 and Henderson Mill branched off at the time.
Okay, and does this fairly and accurately depict not only those roads, but also the locations that are relevant in this investigation?
That's correct.
You want to offer State's Exhibit 61 into evidence?
Objection. Made without objection.
With the GPS locations.
Okay, and that was what I was going to ask you. These numbers that are here pointing to where the items were found and where the body of baby Kalia was found, are those the latitude and longitude numbers of the exact locations?
That is correct.
And then where you've got residents marked here on the map, can you tell members of the jury what that is?
Yes, that's the lot 31. I wanted to make sure everything was pretty identifiable.
Now, when Mr. McNabb told investigators that he traveled on the morning that his baby was found missing down this pathway and then made a right down the Henderson Mill Road to his friend's address down there, are you familiar with who that person was he said he went to?
Yes.
Who was that?
Skittles.
And who was Skittles?
I think her name's Sarah. I can roughly recall it.
Okay. Is that a good distance down Henderson Mill Road?
Yes.
Have you driven that before?
Yes, I've been there.
Okay. Is that even depicted here on this map?
No, I don't believe it's on that map.
Okay. Now, as part of your work on the investigation in this case, did you have the occasion to hear the name Matt Lester?
Yes.
And were you present at the jail when myself and Assistant District Attorney Alex Stone spoke with Matt Lester at the jail?
Yes.
And after hearing his account of what occurred inside of the trailer at the residence of Mr. McNabb and Miss Bell, was our office able to locate a sheriff's office report corresponding with that information or that date?
Yes.
And are you familiar with the Newton County Sheriff's Office incident reports? Are you familiar with Newton County Sheriff's Office
Yes.
incident reports? I'm going to show you this report, and can you tell the members of the jury if you know exactly what day it was that Matthew Lester was attacked or beaten?
September 13th, 2017.
Okay. Now, as part of your further investigation into this case, did you execute several search warrants for social media records?
Yes, I did.
And can you briefly describe to the members of the jury that process is, how do you get Facebook records from the Facebook organization or company?
We have a way of logging on for basically like a law enforcement portal on Facebook. There's a series of security, a security process that you go through to be able to access that. Basically what you do then is you provide Facebook with the account information that you're looking for, and then we basically then wait for them to verify that. You know, they'll send us verification and then they actually send us the records, or they tell us there is no record.
Okay. So are you familiar with the term a preservation request?
Yes.
Can you tell the members of the jury what that is?
Oftentimes, well, I try to do it every single time. If I am going to look for a social media account or look to retrieve that data, I'm going to automatically try to immediately, as fast as I can, send in a preservation request, which is going to preserve that account right then and there at that time. So even if a day or two later or 30 minutes later, a subject deletes the account, everything prior to that delete, it's already there, and there is no deleting it at that point in time.
Would it be fair to say that Facebook essentially takes a snapshot the minute they receive the preservation request of those records, and then if in fact you have a valid search warrant that's signed by a judge, then they will release those records to you from the point that you requested them with the preservation request?
That's correct.
But if somebody had gone into their Facebook account prior to you sending in a preservation request and had deleted, let's say it's my account, and I want to delete instant messages in my account, or I want to take off Facebook posts that I've made, and you don't preserve my account until 2 weeks later, would anything that I had deleted be available for you to view in the records return?
No.
Now, in this particular case, did you execute a search warrant for an account by the name of Jordan Headcrack Izzo?
Yes.
I believe these records have previously been tendered into evidence as State's Exhibit number 72. Did you also execute a search warrant for records pertaining to Cortney Morris?
Yes, I did.
Did you also execute a search warrant for records pertaining to another account, or actually multiple other accounts that were Mr. McNabb's accounts?
Yes.
Was one of those Jordan Headcrack Izzy, I-Z-Z-I?
Yes.
Headcrack spelled with a K this time instead of a C?
Yes.
Showing both parties State's Exhibit number 74. Your Honor, at this time I would tender State 74 into evidence. It's got a certificate of authenticity of the records from Facebook.
No objection. Submit without objection.
Did you also execute a search warrant for records for Mr. McNabb called something like White Boy
Ghost in Sevens.
or YC? So there were
YC.
several other accounts besides these two.
Yes.
Okay. But let's talk about the Jordan Headcrack Izzo accounts. I believe you talked earlier about messages that Mr. Kidd had shared with you, that he had. Did you look and were you able to find those messages where Shane Kidd says that he was communicated to in some way by the defendant at 7:41 a.m.?
Yes.
You were able to find those?
No, I was not able to find those.
Okay. But the ones that we read earlier with Mr. Kidd on the stand, were those present in this account?
Yes.
Okay. Can you tell the members of the jury, when these Facebook records come to us, or law enforcement, they have a date and time, and then it has next to it UTC. Can you tell the members of the jury what that means?
Yes, it's one of the time zones. We use Eastern Standard, Eastern Daylight Savings Time. So that's just another one of the time zones.
And does that stand actually for universal time?
Yes.
And so, without getting too specific, if you're prior to daylight savings time, so it changes in the fall, right?
Yes.
Late October, early November. Prior to that date and time, how many hours do you have to count back from UTC time to get to Eastern Standard Time?
4 hours.
And if you're after that date and time, say January, December, then how many hours do you have to count back from UTC time?
It's going to be 5 hours back.
So whenever we're looking at a record and it says for example, 1628 military time, that translates over to what time?
4:28.
And so in order to count back 4 hours, and that would actually be what?
What, 12:28?
Okay, and is that how you have to calculate the dates and times?
Yes.
And if a record says then October the 8th at, I don't know, 2 o'clock in the morning, would that mean that it was really sent on October the 7th or received
Yes.
at like 10 o'clock at night?
Yes.
Okay. So here we have records here on page 149. Did Cortney Bell have a Facebook account called Cortney, Cortneyyllove, Cortney Lovey?
Yes.
Did she also have multiple Facebook accounts?
Yes.
Was one of those Cortney Stays High?
Yes.
Cortney Loves Chris?
Yes.
On October the 3rd, I'm on page 151 of the records, on October the 3rd of 2017, was Cortney Bell trying to get in touch with McNabb to find out where he was and to get him to come home?
Yes.
All right, starting here with this message that I've got showed. The other thing about Facebook records, do they go backwards in time? In other words, do you have to read them from the top down, or do they go chronologically from the bottom up?
From the bottom up.
Okay. So this first message here that's on page 151 is Cortney sending a message to Jordan Headcraft Izzo. Is that correct?
Yes.
And what is she saying?
Saying where you are, IDC, you can walk down the road and Mama will get you, Daddy. I love you. I need to see you.
Okay. Now, what does IDC mean? Does that mean I don't care?
Yes. Wherever you are, I don't care.
Okay. And does she commonly refer to him as Daddy?
Yes.
Okay. And then is she pleading with him again? And again, what time would these be?
Well, it's showing here on the 3rd at 14:04, so going back 4 hours, look at 12:04.
Okay. So 14:04 military time is 2:04, so going back would be like 10:04 in the morning?
Yes, 10:04.
Okay. And then she's saying to him, what? Is that in focus there?
There we go.
Yeah.
Says, you're breaking my fucking heart, Daddy.
And then on, again, that same date, is she asking him his location, and is he eventually providing where he's at?
Yes.
And where is that?
At Woodlawn Road.
And is that at an address that Shane, Kidd, and she and the defendant were going to frequently during this period of time?
Yes.
What is the YWA Daddy message? Does YW, do you see that message?
No, it's blocked. There we go.
Okay.
Where you at? Where you at?
Underneath that?
Basically, say it's from Jordan Izzo. Let's see. Go up just a little bit. All right. So there was probably some sort of photo sent. Cortney's showing a bunch of question marks, and then that's where Cortney's saying, you know, WTF? What the fuck is thumbs up? And that was in response to some prior speaking that they had had.
Okay. So is she basically trying to find him? I'm on page 150 with these messages.
Yes.
Texting him with any response from him at all?
Not that I'm seeing. Yeah, she's saying, baby boy, hello, where you at? Where the fuck you at? And then a bunch of question marks. What the fuck, Chris?
And that would be, again, what date was that?
That was the 3rd.
Okay. Did she, he eventually gave her an address on Woodlawn Road, is that
Yes.
correct? And that was early in the day on the 3rd, so that would that have been prior to when Tim Bell came over and all that hoopla happened, where the 911 call, the dueling 911 calls?
Yes.
Okay. And on October the 5th, is she similarly sending messages to him on the 5th? Are they communicating on the 5th?
That one's on the 4th.
Oh, I'm sorry, these would be the 4th.
Yes.
Okay. She says here on the 5th, it says the 5th at, what, 12:24, so that would really be the 4th at 8:24?
Yes.
I want some what?
DIKK, daddy. Dick daddy.
And what does he respond?
I want my car. Get us a fucking ride.
And what does she say back?
She says, we got one. He says, where? He says, who? And then, but that has nothing to do with what I fucking said. That's what Cortney says in reply.
In other words, she's saying, what does the car have to do with what I said I want to do to you?
Yes.
All right, and then he responds,
Because what you said can wait. She says, okay. She says, why you want to be mean to me and mad at me? We are supposed to stick together and work together as a fucking family, like we're doing. Shit takes time. And then she says, I love you, Daddy. He says, I love you, Mama.
now are they together on this date and time?
No.
Where's she at on the 5th, based on this investigation? Is she over at her dad's house on that day?
Yes, with the kids.
Isn't that the day that baby Kalia went on her last doctor's appointment?
Yes.
Again, on the 5th, are they, tell us what McNabb says, or excuse me, tell us what Courtney Love sends to him in the early morning hours of the 5th.
She starts off saying on this page, this is what you have been wanting, so go, be free, enjoy yourself, but just remember who has been there through thick and thin with you. Who would give their own fucking life if it meant you would live? So go and don't be a daddy anymore. It's okay, I'm strong. I'll make it without you. I just never wanted to have it to be without my baby's dad.
And then a little bit later, not even an hour later, at UTC time 12:28, which would actually be 8:28 in the morning on the 5th, what does she say to him?
She says, I love you, Christopher Michael McNabb.
Eventually, does he respond to her?
Eventually. He says, I love you, Cortney Marie Bell. Don't you get it, though? You can be with our babies. I can't. Just listen to me. And how is it forever and a day when you said you didn't want to be with me anymore?
Does he eventually talk about the reason why he has left her?
Yes.
What does he say?
I left so you would go to our babies. That's all, and you're making it more than that. You always make it more than it is.
And what is she saying?
Says, I want my whole family together, not just me and our babies.
And so then what does he say to her?
He says, me too. So go there, take Callie to the doctor, go back, put them on the car, and come get me. Plain as that. Simple.
What car is he wanting her to get?
The PT Cruiser.
And these text messages here, where this one specifically, he's telling her what? The one that
Yeah.
says 11:49 UTC, which would be 7:49 a.m. on that day.
Yeah, you chose me over our kids, so that's where you put my heart.
And what does she say?
She says, no, I haven't at all. And
Before
then
that, what did she say to him? I'm sorry, before the one that McNabb you read it that McNabb said.
prior to that, she said, but I'll always love you. Till the day I die, I'll be in love with you. I'm just tired of you hitting on me and pushing me away when I know where your heart really is.
And on that same date at 12:36 UTC time, this text message here, which would be at 8:36 in the morning, what does she say to him?
Says, why? Why so you can continue fucking treat me like I'm nothing or nobody to you, calling me names, hitting on me, screaming at me. I don't want to do that anymore. I don't deserve that, Daddy.
And what is he telling her here on 13:12 is 1:12. So 4 hours behind that would be 11:12. No, that's not right. What, 10:12?
9/12, is it? Or
Yes, 9:12. 13 minus 4 is 9. Okay. What is he saying to her?
says you need to get them that car and come get me.
What does he tell her here at, again, 11:45 UTC time, which would be 7:45 that morning?
Go to my kids. Don't chase me around. If you chase me and not go to them, I'll never be with you again. I put that on our kids.
And then up here, she's basically telling him, I don't want to be with you anymore. Is that right?
Yes.
So these are just back and forth FaceTime fights 2 days before their baby's dead.
Yes.
Did she ever say something to him about the car?
She did.
What did she say?
Well, she basically, I know at one point in time she tells him I got the car. They discussed getting the car, and she was saying she wasn't gonna. She wasn't sure if how she was gonna get it out away from the house.
Was he giving her a plan of how she was supposed to do it?
Yes.
What was that? What was the problem?
Well, the car was at her dad, Tim Bell's house. So that was the problem, was being able to be there with everyone there and the kids, and then be able to get out of there with the car and be able to leave.
And did Tim Bell have the car blocked by his other PT Cruiser?
Yes.
Was McNabb not telling her, put the car in neutral, push that car, get her kids and run and jump in the car?
Yes.
And at some point in time, doesn't she say that's all you care about is that effing car?
Yes.
Now, on October 6th, I'm just showing you a few text on the date of October or messages on October the 6th. They're talking about, who's this person, Cheese?
Yes.
Who is that?
It was a guy named Chance.
Okay. And so is there a discussion here about going to Meadowbrook and her going to pick him up, and can he bring Cheese along as well?
Yes.
And then on October the 6th, this would have been, this says 2/29, so if you back up, that's actually what, 10/29 on the 5th?
Yes.
And what is she telling him?
Don't go over there and smoke with me. I'm tired. I need it.
Does it say smoke with me or smoke without me?
Or smoke without me.
And then she says to him, what, just 30 seconds later, what?
Why didn't you even ask if I wanted to go?
So these are in the hours of the 5th leading into the 6th. She's complaining that he's left to go somewhere to smoke dope without her. Is that right?
Yes.
And is Meadowbrook's one of the locations where they were smoking?
Yes.
Where all were they going in this period of time?
In that I can recall, I mean, it seemed like it was Woodlawn, Laurel Ridge, it was Meadowbrook Trailer Park, it was Cedar Grove Trailer Park, Eagle Point Mobile Home Park. The mobile home park, I can't remember the name now. It's over off behind Alman Road, or Old Atlanta. One on the other side of the interstate from Riverside. They were also at Riverside.
And did you learn that from not only reading all these Facebook records, but talking to Shane Kidd?
Yes.
Do these Facebook records, in terms of where they were going and who they were with, does that corroborate like Shane Kidd's version of going to Laurel Ridge, going to Meadowbrook, going to
Yes.
all these different addresses where they were going and just smoking dope every day for
Yes.
several days? All right, now I'm going to show you page 1218 of these records. On October the 6th, is there also a discussion about, and this would be on the bottom of this page, which is 17, it's coming, the author is Cortney, but it's Cortney telling Chris, we've got to clean the house has to be clean,
Yes.
and she's saying, so I can get our babies home.
Yes.
And again, there's a discussion about getting rides and Shane Kidd. And what does she tell him here?
So it gonna chase a bag and Shane and Cheese instead of going to get ready for our babies to come home.
And so that would have been, again, it says 12:14, but 8:14 on the 6th. 8:14 p.m. on the 6th, she's telling McNabb, so you're going to go chase a bag. What does chase a bag mean in your experience?
Trying to get dope.
So you're going to go get dope with Shane and Cheese instead of coming home to get our house ready for the babies.
Yes.
Again, I'm backing back up to the 5th again. When she's over at her dad's house, it's the defendant McNabb telling her that, what is he telling her about where she should stay? You read those text messages there?
Yeah, read all of them from the bottom.
No, just read them and then answer the general
Oh,
gist
sure.
of it. Like, what is he essentially telling her on the 5th when she's at her dad's house?
He's wanting Missy to come get him. She's asking how we're gonna pay the rent and the lights.
Yeah, and he's saying, might as well stay there because I can't get no money.
Yes. I don't know what you want me to say. I can't do shit. And that's from Chris.
Okay. And she's telling him in this general same conversation that their life has just begun with the kids. Don't do this to the kids.
Yes.
And this is the day that 2 days after the bells come and they get the children. And McNabb says what to Cortney in this statement here that I'm pointing to?
Says, my life is over. I love you. Take care of yourself and our babies. Sorry for all the pain and shit. I love you more than my life. I love you. I love all of you. Tell the bells they win.
And then she tells him what? Above that.
They don't fucking win at all. We've going home with our babies.
Is it fair to say that Cortney is pretty insistent on making this situation work despite whatever the bells may think of him and whatever he may think of the bells?
Yes.
And the reason they're communicating during these couple of days is because he's out doing something, right?
Yes, he's out with other folks.
Now, are you aware of them sending text messages back and forth on the morning that the baby went missing?
Yes.
And how is it that they were able to do that?
It was on Facebook Messenger.
Okay, so I'm going to draw your attention to pages 12, 14, 12, 15. So after, we just saw the text messages on the night of the 6th where she's upset that he's going over there to smoke dope without bringing her. Those are the ones we just went over, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, that would have been the night of the 6th, and I believe we said that that would be roughly 10:30 p.m., those messages?
Yes.
Okay. Then there's this little, replacing her is easy, but getting someone to give you that same feeling she did is impossible, like what people commonly refer to as like a meme or something?
Yes.
And what time was that sent by Cortney to Chris?
It's at 12:23.
UTC time,
Eight.
so that you gotta back up and then into the 6th and back it up 4 hours, so it'd be 8:33 p.m.? Okay. Then the next text messages start on the actual 7th, right?
Yes.
And he sends her a message at, again, 14:43, backing that up, that would be 10:43 in the morning on the 7th, is that correct?
Yes.
And he says what?
I'm looking everywhere. Have y'all got a clue yet?
And what does she say in response?
She says no, on phone with 911.
And then what does he say next?
Baby, I can't go to jail when my baby is missing.
And then what does he say again after that? That would have been, what, 50 seconds, 49 seconds later?
It says, what the fuck did we do to deserve this shit? There was a call.
Now, presumably, where is he, based on the timeline that he's provided in all three of his statements, where is he at when he's sending her these messages?
He's in the woods. He's on the trail or down Henderson Mill Road. Further away from the Highway 36.
All right, and then on October the 7th, again, following up after It appears that there was a attempt to make a phone call by him to her, is that correct?
Yes,
And when it says missed, true, that means that it was a missed call?
yes.
All right, and then, at 10:49, what does she say to him?
They want to know where you are, Daddy.
And then what does he say in response? Because presumably she's talking about the police, right?
Yes.
And what does he say in response?
What the fuck am I supposed to do? Are they there? For so, I'm on the way. If they there, I'm on the way back.
So now we're at 10:51. And at 10:52, what does she say to him? I guess I should go this way.
Can you clear the screen?
Yes, sir. I put something on there. Okay, go ahead. What does she say here?
They are here, baby.
Talking about the police.
Yes.
And what does he say?
Says, I'm coming.
And then she says next, what?
Hurry up, Daddy. Come on. Or come one.
Okay,
Come
so
on.
the difference between the message where he says, I'm coming, and they're here, that's at 10:52, 10:54, and then it's already now rolled into like 11:04, and she's saying, hurry up.
Yes.
What's the next message that she sends to him?
Well, these here that say author, that shows who's actually writing or attempting the call
And
or
all of these
causing
say
that
phone
thread.
calls, is that correct?
Yes, that's where it's calling.
And the last time that she tries to call him is like 11:19 in the morning?
Yes.
And the next message he sends her, UTC time, 16:57, which is 4:57. So again, going back, that would be about 12:57 p.m.
Yes.
That would have been when they were at the sheriff's office being interviewed or en route.
Yes.
And what does he say to her?
I love you. We will get through this. She says back, I love you, Daddy. We got to find her. I just don't understand.
And then hours later, again, 7:43 UTC time, which would be backing up 3:43 at the sheriff's office. Does he send her text messages?
Yes, he's
Please.
wanting to know, are you okay?
And what did she say?
She says, yeah, ready to go home and find our baby.
Did you review all the reports in connection with this case?
I did.
Did you ever see on a body cam or see in an interview where Chris McNabb went trailer to trailer in that park looking for his child?
No.
Now, did you have the opportunity to see what Mr. McNabb looked like shortly after he was arrested in 2017?
Yes,
Did he have tattoos on his face at that time?
he did.
And you've obviously seen him here in the courtroom during this trial. Does he have more tattoos on his face now than he did then?
Yes, he does.
And specifically, has he added any tattoos that are noticeable on his face?
Yes.
And what is that?
Well, I've noticed the newer tattoos underneath his eyes. Looks like big, drenching, crying tears over his left eye, the Kalia.
Did he have Kalia tattooed on his forehead before she was found dead in the woods on October the 8th?
No.
Now, did you have the opportunity in this case, are you familiar with what's called pay telecommunications?
Yes.
Tell the members of the jury what that is.
It's the phone company that the jail uses currently to make the phone calls. That also is the way that basically, I guess it's an account-based company where each individual inmate has an account.
Okay. And so, since you've worked at the jail, are you familiar with whether or not inmates are allowed to make phone calls from the jail outside of the jail?
Yes.
And do they, is it required to have like money, so to speak, on the books so that you can make these phone calls? Or are they being charged for the calls?
Yes, they're being charged for the call. It's money on your books, or it's even family can put money on the PayTel account.
Can you make collect calls too?
Yes.
Okay. And all of those calls at the jail reported as a normal, routine course of business.
Yes.
And are the inmates all advised of that upon being booked in at the jail, that their calls are going to be recorded?
Yes.
And are they advised of that even on the phone call? Say I were to be in the jail and I wanted to call so-and-so, would the calling
The
software
automated-
tell basically me, hey, this call is going to be recorded
Yes,
and subject to monitoring at any time?
that's correct.
And is that on every single call that is made by an inmate at the jail?
Yes.
And do they have a code that they have to punch in
Yes.
order to be able to make a call?
Yes.
And is that code specifically set up so that they can't use somebody else's code? They have to use their own code to make their phone calls?
Yes.
And then is there tracking software that not only records a call, but tracks every call that's made by an inmate?
Yes.
And so if I wanted to go to the Newton County Jail today, or even just upstairs to our office, and grab a computer and log into the system, could I look at all the calls that Bo Alexander made this week in the jail to anybody?
Yes.
Can you also search by, if I was concerned that this particular person on the outside of the jail with this phone number might be being contacted by somebody in the jail, can you search by the number that's being called?
Yes.
And have you had the opportunity in this case to review calls that were reported between Mr. McNabb and Cortney Bell in October of 2017 and also in December of 2017?
Yes.
And do they fairly and accurately record those calls?
Yes.
Your Honor, I'd offer State's Exhibit number 130, which is an October 20th, 17 phone call into evidence.
To submit without objection.
I also have State's Exhibit 131, which would be transcripts of the same.
Okay.
I'd offer State's Exhibit number 132, which is a phone call from December the 11th, 2017, between the parties.
Objection.
It's submitted without objection.
And I've got a transcript for the record as well, which would be State's Exhibit number 133. Can I publish the first call, Judge?
After your hands, you want these transcripts handed out?
Yes, Judge.
Well, he'd actually have to hand them out first. Ms. Stein, you don't have your new one? Again, don't read these transcripts until we get to that point. And once you tell me everybody's got one, are we missing one up here? We need the next one up here. Wait, we got it. We got the extra one. Okay, is everybody ready? Let's play the,
Judge, for the record, I am going to skip past the, where the inmate punches in the code numbers, so I'll tell you exactly where it starts when it says, you may begin speaking now on page 2.
page 2.
This call will be recorded and subject to monitoring at any time. Count is. Followed by the pound sign. Please enter the 10-digit number you wish to
Sorry, Judge? I thought you said something.
call, followed by the pound sign, an inmate at Newton County Jail with telephone service provided by PayTel Communications. Para español presione 2. To accept this call, press 3 now. To block all future calls, press 4. To refuse this call, press 5 or hang up now. To repeat this information, press 9. This call will be recorded and subject to monitoring at any time. You may begin speaking now.
Baby,
Yeah,
what's up, man? You don't love me no more, huh?
I love you with everything inside me, but what happened? What did you do?
Did you think that I did this shit for real?
I'm not gonna do this, Chris.
I don't know, Courtney, but you can't be living your life like that. You can't think that I did this shit. That's not right, Courtney.
I don't know what else to think. There was nobody else in the house. I was asleep, so what did you think?
Baby, I didn't do it. Please don't fucking think I did this, baby. I did not do it. I swear to God I didn't do it.
And who did?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. I've been going, man, baby, I'm going through a lot of fucking shit. I had my ass beat in here by these folks. I've been tased. I'm going through a lot of shit, baby, but I'm trying to tell you some real shit. I did not fucking do this, Courtney. I told you before I got arrested I did not do it. Please don't fucking leave me, baby. Please don't turn your back on me, please. I swear to God I didn't do it, man. Why would I do something like that, Courtney?
Please tell me I'm asking. I'll take the same motherfucking thing.
What? What'd you say?
I'm asking. I'll take the same motherfucking thing.
I can't hear you, baby. You're talking too loud. You're talking too aggressive. I can't understand what you're saying.
Well, what do you expect me to do?
I don't know, but where are you at? Are you alright?
I don't want you to know on that.
You don't want me to know where you're at?
No, I do not. I can't let anyone know on that.
Okay, well, I don't have to know where you're at. Are you okay?
I'm never gonna be okay. My father's dead. She was telling me he was dead.
Yeah, I know this, Courtney. You don't have to tell me that. No.
And nobody broke into my house and killed on that again for the wood strip.
Nobody broke in to begin with. So you really think I did this shit? If you really think I did it, hang up right now.
What do you mean nobody broke in to begin with? So you took her out with someone?
No, I didn't take her out. The door was unlocked. I told you this. I got caretaker for 6 hours, Courtney. 6 hours.
I'm not supposed to talk to you, and I'm probably gonna get in trouble for this.
I don't know what I'm getting in trouble for, but I'm trying to tell you that I didn't do it. Who told you not to talk to me? Because they hadn't told me that.
My lawyer.
You're a lawyer?
For defects, yes.
Man, that defect lawyer ain't got nothing to do with this stuff.
Yes, he has. He can take my child from me.
Huh? Have you seen Richard?
I'm not allowed to see her something.
You're not allowed to see Richard.
No, I'm not.
It's not fucking fair. I didn't do it, Courtney. I swear to God I didn't do it.
I don't know what you did, Chris. But I know I was fucking asleep and I woke up and my baby's fucking gone.
Yeah, I was asleep with you. You don't seem to remember that, do you?
No, not my what some kid said, not my what LAF said, and not my what Portland Health said.
What in the hell are you talking about what everybody else said? Who is everybody else?
7:30, 8 o'clock that morning and said Corey was missing.
Who?
Shane, your best friend Shane, said you got him at 7:30, 8 o'clock and said Corey was missing.
No, I did not text him at 7:30 or 8:30. I did not text him at 7:30 or 8:30. I texted him after Bristol woke us up. I was standing in the middle of the living room texting on my phone. Do you not remember that? I was freaking out.
There's something me and Corey dealt for something that she done turned into the police. That he got drinks and sit around everybody.
What?
Your messages with Cortney Bill Morris says they have screenshotted and sit around to everybody too. So you were there.
Screenshotted what? I was up. Like, for a I can't understand what you're saying.
A conversation about meeting her.
I said something about if I ever met her face to face, that we would talk about who all that I knew that she knew. That was the only thing that I said to her. I didn't say nothing about actually, huh?
At 9.
What?
At 9!
No, it was not at 9.
It says the print out, it says the
I
line.
wasn't up at 9, but you really fucking think I did this shit. I can't believe you think I did this.
I don't know what you want me to say, I don't know what I'm supposed to say.
I know one thing. This is probably gonna be the last time you're gonna hear from me for a long time. If this is the way you wanna remember our relationship, then I guess that's what it's gonna be, cause I'm gonna tell you right now, this is fucking me up. I miss you, man. I miss you so motherfucking much, and I love you so fucking much, and I can't believe that you can actually fucking sit here and tell me that you think I did this shit, man.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do with Chris.
I'm
I'm
telling you.
glad you put some dead in the woods that under the wall.
Now you tell me why the fuck I would do that. Why would you think I would do that?
Tell me.
That's our baby, Cortney.
Yeah, that's what I keep saying.
So what the fuck? Why are you being so hostile towards me? I can't believe this shit, man. Out of everybody in the world, I would expect you would have my back before anybody.
And I did, that's until you got out of that fucking door that red light.
You told me to get out. Cortney, all y'all told me. When somebody calls your phone, Cortney, saying they found our daughter dead and that I did it, she said I did it. She said I did it like fucking 30 times.
What?
Your Aunt Kim, when she called that phone before I got out of that car, she kept saying that I did it. Chris did it, Cortney. Chris did it. What the fuck was I supposed to do? Obviously somebody was telling her I done it. Somebody was in her ear saying I did it.
It's your bag.
What?
Your bag.
In my bag?
Yep.
What about my bag?
You found in your bag.
What are you talking about, my bag? She was found in my bag. What bag? I haven't heard, these folks ain't telling me nothing, Cortney. I don't even know how she died.
I didn't have to talk to you.
What?
I have to talk to you. They're not letting
Who?
me. The detective.
They don't have any say so on whether you can talk to me or not. If you're not being charged with a crime, you can come up here. You can come up here and see me. Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday, between 8 a.m. and 6 p.m., you can come see me. Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday, between 8 a.m. and 6 p.m., you can
When somebody tells me what happened to my baby, I'll come see you.
What?
When somebody tells me what happened to my child, I'll come see you.
How am I supposed to know? Do you think I'm not trying to figure it out? Boy, don't sit here looking at life without parole or a possible death sentence, baby. Don't do this to me.
I know.
Man, I love you with all my heart, Cortney, man. Please don't fucking do this to me.
The world is attacking me saying that I was involved with it.
Who said that? What would this motherfucker say? I know you didn't do it. I can't hear you. What?
Please tell me what the fuck happened.
Please tell you what happened. So you really honestly think I'm sitting here lying to you?
Okay, so if you say someone came into a home, then you need to be telling them a list of people.
I am. I am this. Y'all got it.
They
Y'all got the list. Okay, deal. Y'all got the fucking list, Cortney. Y'all got the list. Y'all got the list. I said some stuff when I came out of them woods on my own. I might add, I came out of them woods on my own, Cortney. I came out of them goddamn woods and went to that Chevron, and I made a statement in that Chevron and said, y'all motherfuckers see me get locked up. But what they're gonna all be saying about why I'm locked up is not what's going on. I said, so basically I went in there and told them folks to go ahead and call the police and tell them where I was at so they could come get me. Alright, the fucking folks came and got me. They took me in the same fucking room I was in the first day when they interrogated me and started asking me questions. When they asked me about that new Facebook that I made, do you remember when we were still awake and I made a new Facebook under kind of the same name that the other one was made under, but a little different? You remember that?
You're being so into yeah.
Okay, well, it was fucking at 5:34 in the morning. Well, I didn't know that. Because you were still awake when I made that Facebook, because I showed it to you. You remember that, right? and then we fucked right after that. Okay? So, what I'm trying to say is, them folks kept trying to fucking like, they were throwing things at me that was trying to confuse what I was telling them. You see what I'm saying? When they were ganging up on me, Cortney, they were basically sitting there fucking saying shit like, they knew I did it. They're basically telling me they know I done it. So I said, fuck it, and I hit the tape. They were fucking, goddamn, what the fuck am I supposed to do, Cortney? I told them everything I knew, and they kept trying to change my shit up. They kept trying to ask me the same questions in different ways to get me to give them different answers. I told them everything I knew, baby. We made them lists. We made those fucking lists. I don't know who got those lists, but those are the fucking names that I remember, me and you both.
Chris, I know I don't come in our house, take our baby, and then ramble through our house looking for things of ours to put in the bag with her. What's that?
Things of ours, I don't understand. See, you're telling me a bunch of stuff. I haven't heard anything. All I know is my lawyer said that she got hit in the head with something. That's all I know. I don't know where she was found, how she was found, or none of that. I haven't been told any of that, Cortney. You know more than I do. You're out there. Man, this shit.
I don't know much more.
I'm telling you I didn't do it, Cortney. If you can't fucking trust that, then I don't know what to fucking say, baby. I know me and you've been through a lot of shit, and I've done a lot of things, but I wouldn't do this. I would not do this, Cortney. You gotta believe me, baby. I would not fucking do this. I'm telling you the truth, Cortney. I didn't do it, baby. Cortney.
What?
I love you.
I always love you, but I want to know what happened to my baby.
Well, we got to work together to figure it out. I can't do this by myself. I'm locked up. You're in a better position than I am.
Somewhere to kill me.
What?
There's nothing I can do out here. People want to kill me.
Man, ain't nobody gonna fucking kill you, man.
Okay, I can't even go inside the store quickly now.
Why can't you?
I'm gonna get cut.
You can go in the stores, Gordon. You ain't got nothing to be afraid of. Ain't nobody gonna do nothing to you.
Every store I have been in, somebody comes up to me. I ain't even gonna.
I understand what you're saying, and I understand you don't want to deal with that. I understand that. But what I'm telling you is,
People tell me that somebody's gonna give you one way or the other. Either it's gonna be them or the dope that don't give them.
well, do the fucking dope then.
Okay, so who's gonna get me? I'm gonna do I don't have anything to do
So
with it.
basically, you've been out there, you've been ducked off somewhere. I don't know where you're at. Don't nobody know where you're at. You're out there just doing drugs and shit. You ain't worried about me in here about to lose my life.
I'm doing. I don't know where to live. You understand? I can't go home. I have no home.
I'm about to lose my life.
Me too.
And you don't even give a fuck. You got somewhere you can go. You just called them and asked for money one time, and when they said no, you didn't fucking call them no more. But you got somewhere you can go. Believe that.
Well, I'll be going to work then.
What?
I'm not allowed to go to the girl's house. That's my work state.
I ain't talking about them. You called my daddy, you called Crystal and asked for money. They said no, and they ain't heard from you no more since then. Call Crystal and tell her you need somewhere to fucking go. Go to Tennessee.
Go to Tennessee court looks like I'm guilty.
Go to Tennessee, Courtney. You ain't running from nothing. They ain't charged you with shit.
No, they're charging you that day.
No, no shit. I ain't gonna be able to call you back no more after this unless you can put some money on the phone or something.
Well, I can't put my money on the phone. I'm not looking guilty.
You're not looking guilty. I'm gonna tell you, but if I tell my dad to put money on the phone, you gonna answer my phone call?
Come on.
No. You might as well just tell me you don't love me, Courtney, because that's what you're doing right now. You're breaking my heart. You're breaking my heart telling me you don't love me. That's
I want to know what happens to my baby girl.
I want to know too. I want to know too. Get my baby too, goddammit.
Yeah, I know, so I don't understand. Yeah, we understand. Calm yourself down. Friday, October.
You're right. Take them back up.
This time I'd like to play States 132, and I have transcripts as well for this one.
What is the date of this jail call?
This is going to be December 11th, 2017 at 1:16 p.m. For the record, I'm going to skip to 1 minute and 40 seconds into the call just to skip all of the entering in the phone numbers, and that would be on page 2 where McNabb begins and says hello.
I turn to page 2.
This call will be recorded and subject to monitoring at any time. Please enter your personal ID and subject to monitoring at any time. You may begin speaking now.
Oh. Hey. You doing? Huh? What?
Driving.
What?
Driving.
Driving. Whose car are you driving? Huh?
My car.
You're running around Josh?
Josh is walked up with you.
What?
Josh is in there with you. Perfect, my license doesn't matter.
You sure did replace me real quick, you know it.
Baby, I didn't replace you, you killed my daughter.
I can't believe you think that shit though.
When it went out?
Man, that was my daughter too, Cortney. Do you not realize that?
What else happened then?
Baby.
Who else would have did that shit?
I don't know, but whoever did it,
Her head and face would be on repair.
Listen, baby, no it's not. You can get through this, baby. Please don't break down like this. You got to listen to me. Listen to me, man. I know I did a lot of fucking shit, Cortney. I know I did a lot of fucked up shit. And I wouldn't kill our baby. I would not do that. You hear me? I told you this.
I hear you, but I don't know what else to fucking think.
Baby, I was fucking scared. That's why I ran. I was scared. Kim scared me, man.
And then I got proof you did this, and the clerk of court said you signed a piece of paper admitting it.
I didn't sign no piece of paper admitting nothing. That's a fucking lie, Cortney. These folks are lying to you, baby. They're lying to you. They're trying to get in your fucking head. I didn't sign nothing. I ain't signed shit. I ain't put my name on nothing. Baby, these folks came and took my hair out my head. They swallowed my mouth. They're trying to DNA test me because they think Rissa ain't mine and all this type of shit.
They've already proved Rissa and Khalid's hers.
I know they're mine. I know that. I told them they didn't have to do it. I know. Cortney, I didn't fucking do this shit, baby.
Then I wouldn't get it. You didn't even go to sleep.
Yes, I did. Why are you saying I didn't go to sleep? Why are you
Just screenshot.
I did not talk to that girl no more after I blocked her. I blocked her before you went to bed. I told you I was blocking her. I did not unblock that girl. What?
You talked to her.
No, I didn't.
9:46 that morning.
No, I did not. I'm telling you, I did not speak to that girl. I was fucking sleep, Cortney. She got screenshots. I don't care what she got. Somebody must have hacked my shit. You act like that can't happen. I didn't do it, baby. I swear to God on our fucking relationship on Clarissa, I didn't fucking do it. Don't do that. God damn it, I'm hurting too. I'm hurting too. I can't even fucking sleep. I take fucking sleeping medication and can't even sleep. I don't sleep. God damn it, I don't either. I don't sleep either, baby. This is fucking killing me. Do you not understand? This is so fucking loving. That was my baby too. I didn't fucking do this shit. Man, I love you so much, but it's hurting me so bad that you fucking think that I did this shit. And you turn it back on me. I don't know either. But why you gotta fucking turn on me like this, Cortney? I had turned on you, but there's no evidence. There's no anything else. What evidence could they possibly have? I put her to sleep. If they're saying they got my DNA, I'm her fucking daddy. I'm her fucking father, Cortney. She's supposed to have my DNA on her. I was her daddy. I fed her. I put her to fucking sleep. Quit crying. Please stop. Man, I love you so fucking much. I miss you so bad. I miss you too. I miss my baby. I miss her too. You gotta think to yourself, Cortney, why the fuck would I do something like that? You know you're better than me. I know, you gotta hear that. I can't get her back. Why ain't you going to rehab? They want you to go to rehab. I'm not starting myself in somewhere. Baby, are you just gonna let Clarissa stay in there? My dad's getting her on the 14th. Don't take that shit. Are you sure? Yeah. I was trying to get my mama to get her because I heard they took her from Tim. I didn't think they was gonna give her back. If Tim's gonna get her, if Tim's getting her, then I ain't gonna fucking try to get mama to push it. I'll let Tim have her. I swear I will. I don't want my baby lost in that system. You know how I feel about that shit. My dad's gonna get her, and then I'll be able to sign my rights over to her. Baby, I love you so fucking much. Please, man, look. What the fuck do I gotta do, man? I need you. I need you. This is fucking killing me, Cortney. I know you didn't. No. Because I'm telling you. I didn't fucking do it, Cortney. I swear to fucking God, I didn't do it. I don't know who did it. If I knew, I would tell them. I did not do this. You can't, I don't see how you could possibly fucking believe that I would do something like that. I'm not capable of that, you know. I heard there was an accidental recording on somebody's Facebook voicemail of you and St. Kid in the woods trying to figure out what to do with her. Bullshit! What the fuck are you talking, baby? You can't, have you heard it? Fuck no, you ain't heard it, because it ain't fucking true. It ain't. It ain't fuck. I don't talk to them no more. I don't even call my lawyer anymore. I'm not communicating with them. They're not gonna fucking arrest me for something I ain't done. They're not going to, because you didn't fucking do it. I told them folks time and time and time again, I know for a fact that she didn't fucking do it. I know you didn't do it. I could never believe that you did it. Even if they were telling me that they had evidence, I don't give a fuck. I know you wouldn't do that. Just like you should know I wouldn't fucking do it, Cortney. You should know this. I love my babies, Cortney. I love my babies. All three of y'all. You know that. I know I did shit that I shouldn't have been doing, Cortney. That's fucking dope, man. You know that dope does me like that. That dope fucks my head up, but it didn't fuck my head up bad enough to do some shit like that, Cortney. You know that. would I have came back? Courtney, why would I have came the fuck back home? Baby, you know how fucking scared of the police I am. You know. I told you when I went looking for her.
Why did you run when they found her dead?
Because Kim, baby, she fucking scared me. I was already scared. Because the motherfucker was goddamn trying to blame it on me from the fucking beginning. I told you when we left out of interrogation, that man was trying to put this shit on me from the get-go, Cortney. He was trying to put it on me from the get-go. When Kim called, I got fucking scared. I was scared, Cortney. I'm goddamn charged with some fucked up shit. It's so bad that they're keeping me in the hole. I can't even go to population. They won't even let me. I'm stuck. 24 hours a fucking day, I'm in the hole, Cortney. I'm goddamn constantly fucking thinking about what you're doing, because I miss you so goddamn bad, and motherfuckers are coming in here and telling me shit, and I don't know what the fuck to think. I need you, man. What? I ain't never needed you as bad as I need you now. You hear me? God damn it, I need you, Cortney. I'll do any fucking thing you want me to do. If you goddamn just fucking be by my side. I need you so motherfucking bad. God damn, I got $50 motherfucking dollars and I'm about to put every single goddamn dollar of it on this phone and I'm gonna fucking call you. Every fucking dollar of it. I've been trying to call you for 3 days.
I was asleep yesterday.
Well, I'm sorry. I need you, baby. You gotta fucking, goddamn, you gotta be by my side, Cortney. We need each other, don't you see that? We need each other, baby. If I would have did some shit like that, I wouldn't even be able to look you in your eyes. We created her. We made her, Cortney. I would not do that. She was my flesh and blood, baby. You know me better than that, Cortney. I know I've done things.
I know I do, but they're not showing me any fucking evidence of nothing else.
That's because they don't want to. They don't have to. They feel like they got me, so they fucking ain't worried about it. Do you remember when he told us that he wasn't gonna go to sleep? He wasn't gonna stop until he found out what happened?
Yeah.
And then right after we left, he called the search off. Do you not remember that, baby? What the fuck did that tell you? Why didn't they find her in those fucking woods that day when they were looking? Why did they take...
that black dude Q said because she wasn't in there and he said something about a creek and a bridge. And they wouldn't tell me nothing else.
Who?
The Q dude, his name Q.
I don't even know him. I never even met him. I don't
Well,
know
I
who
met
he
him.
is. But listen to me. Why did it take a search party of some young folks to go in them goddamn woods the next day? How did they fucking find them if the dogs couldn't find them? Somebody had her. Somebody had her, Cortney, and they took her and put her back in there. And they goddamn were trying to blame me for it. If I don't goddamn beat this case, Cortney, they're gonna kill me. Do you understand? I need you, goddammit. You were there with me, Cortney. You were there with me. We woke up together. She woke us up. Our daughter woke us up.
I don't know we woke up together, but I don't know.
I'm trying to tell you, Cortney. I'm telling you the fucking truth, man. I'm goddamn shaking like a motherfucker, man. I goddamn trying to tell you, and you got to realize that I would not fucking do that shit, Cortney. It's either me or it's the goddamn police. It's me or the police, Cortney. You're believing the fucking police over me? This is me. This is the motherfucker who worships you, man. I'm goddamn gonna roll God for you, and you know it. 60 seconds remaining. I would goddamn sell my soul for you. You know this. let you do that. Get yourself together. I'm about to put some more money on this phone. I'm about to put the whole 50 on there. I'm gonna call you, all right? You hear me? I'm about to put the whole $50 on this phone. You gonna answer the phone?
Don't put all your money on the phone.
I'm good. I done had $200 in the last 2 weeks. I'm straight. I'll just call Daddy and get some more. I don't care about that. I just want to talk to you. I need you, baby. I need you.
There are 15 seconds remaining.
I gotta put the money on the phone. It's gonna take like 5 minutes to do it. I'm gonna call you right back, all right?
Alright. If I don't answer, I'm just because I'm going to the store to get cigarettes.
I love you, beautiful. I love you. Oh, you're so much, baby.
Okay, bye.
Okay, pass them to your right.
December 11th.
No further questions for this witness, Judge?
Mr. Carter?
Good afternoon. You helped, Ms. Zahn, you helped gather all the Facebook records that you could find in this case. Is that fair?
That's correct.
You got as many of these, you got Jordan Crackhead Izzo, you got Jordan Crackhead Izzy, you've got as many of these accounts as you could possibly find.
Yes.
Now, there is evidence that Chris McNabb on his what we call his main account, I would say would be Jordan Crackhead Izzo, is that correct?
Yes.
Now, there's evidence that he was speaking with people on October 7th, the night, October 6th and October 7th, the night and morning that Kalia went missing, is that correct?
Yes.
The last thing he does prior to, say, around 9:30 to 10 is he opens up the other account, the Jordan Crackhead Izzy.
Yes.
Is that correct? And he added a profile picture on that account at approximately 5:51. Is that fair?
Sounds about right.
So something like that. And he's explained well, let me say this. I know you don't like to admit this, but this is your dad, right?
Yes.
Okay. So he admitted to Investigator Alexander from the Sheriff's Department that he had made that account because he couldn't get into his other, the Izzo account.
Yes.
Is that fair? All right. So based on that, assuming he was on Facebook and he was the one controlling that account, we know that he was active until about 5:51.
Okay.
Is that fair? I mean, in other words, based on what we've seen from that account.
As far as what we've seen on that, yes.
Okay. All right. The next activity that we have is back on the Izzo account, and that is around 9:40, 9:42. He tells Cortney Morris, "Sorry about that. I didn't mean to block you," and he tried to call.
Yes.
All right. But we also know that there was a text message from his dad about 9:30.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes.
And according to his statement to the other investigator, Alexander, from the Sheriff's Department, he woke up when his dad texted him to let him know he was getting money, and he checked on the girls, and they were fine.
Yes.
Is that correct? So, and we do not have any other activity on his account until 10:40 when we saw that he was talking with Cortney while he was out in the woods looking for Kalia. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So, understanding that Chris and Cortney both say that they went to bed around 5:30, that they got the text at 9:30 and Chris woke up and Cortney didn't, the available information we have from Facebook and text messages are consistent with their story. Is that correct?
I'd say which ones, because I feel like the story's changed per interviews. I mean, I felt like they were back and forth, up and down.
Well, they never wavered from the fact that they were up until between 3 and 5. I believe they said at one point, but then going back and looking at their things, they said maybe it was a little bit past 5. Is that correct?
Yes, yes.
And they both agreed that they fell asleep sometime after 5:30.
Yes.
Is that correct? They both agreed that Chris's dad texted him at 9:30 and he woke up and got up at that time.
Yes.
Now, Chris, in this jail interview or jail call that we just heard, he says he does not recall texting or messaging Cortney Morris at 9:40, but that is consistent with him waking up around 9:33 when he got the text from his dad, checking on the girls to make sure they're okay, sitting back down, logging onto Facebook, and then telling her, "Sorry, I blocked you." That's consistent, correct?
Sure.
All right. Then there's no more activity again on his Facebook until he and Courtney Bell speak while he's in the woods about looking for the child.
Yes.
Okay. So in effect, what you've been able to find from Facebook backs up that story that they've told.
Yes.
And that story is something that she's told in the 911 call, through 3 interviews. That's the same story they've told each time.
Okay.
But you're not able to find anything about Chris McNabb trying to contact Shane Kidd under any account, under any phone number. Is that fair?
No.
Mr. Kidd did not contact you 2 weeks after this happened. It was later, it was in 2018 when he contacted you.
Yes, that's correct.
And when you say that you know people from the trailer parks and you know criminals and they like to talk to you and things like that, you're talking about you still have some snitches out. Is that fair?
I wouldn't say snitches, and I would say it. I mean, just like Shane Kidd, he's never been a CI for me. So,
he's
I mean,
never
but he is a person that I know, and I know enough people on the street that normally if I were wanting to know something or needed something, I probably would go look for them to, hey, can you tell me what's going on?
So Shane Kidd's never looked for anything from you in return for information?
No, I've never done anything that I know that would help him or further him, I guess, in life. I mean, there's never been any kind of deal or...
You've never done anything to help him or further him in life?
No.
Okay. So within the last 3 weeks, you were trying to get in touch with him, is that right?
Yes.
And the only way you could get in touch with him is through Facebook Messenger?
Yes.
And you asked him to come into the office?
Yes.
Is that correct? And
well, I was going through other people, because
Okay.
even with him, that's the thing, a lot of times with this messenger, it's a hit or miss. I mean, are they active? I mean, it's not like a regular pay cell phone where, hey, I'm just going to call him up, or I don't have a number like that for him.
And he was hesitant to come in because he had a probation violation, a probation warrant. Is that correct?
I would say, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you spoke with an investigator in, was it Jasper County?
Yes.
You spoke with an investigator in Jasper County who, based on your request, he had the probation officer drop the probation warrant.
Well, not exactly like that. Basically what it was is I reached out to another narcotics officer. I said, hey, you got people on the street that can find out where he is. Because for me, even with him, Shane Kidd, he might not call me. He might not come and meet me. You know, now, he might call me more than he would meet me. So my thing was, or if I go and I find him face to face, I mean, he's usually not going to lie to me to my face. He's going to say, hey, you got me. So basically I asked, hey, can you find anybody know where he's at? Couldn't locate him. And that was the extent of what I asked Jasper to do.
But based on that conversation, he did contact Shane Kidd's probation officer, and he did have the probation warrant lifted.
Well, I didn't even know if it was actually lifted at that time. He mentioned to me that he called, and I said, okay. And then he said, do you think that'll help? I said, well, I mean, I definitely, I didn't ask. And that's what I even told him. I said, hey, I'm not asking. That's, whatever you do or whatever you're doing with probation, that's up to you.
As a result of your call with the Jasper County narcotics agent, he called the probation department and asked them to lift the warrant.
Yes, that's what it sounds like.
And as soon as that happened, Shane Kidd came into the office. 2 days later.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, when he told you back in 2018 about this contact, he didn't go into nearly as much detail as he did today. Is that fair?
No, I mean, it was, or I would say it was still just as basic detail. I mean, he told me the story. I mean, he was telling me some of the other stories that basically have been out throughout this trial. I asked him about, and nothing really seemed any different. Seemed all the same.
On the Facebook messages we saw earlier, there was a exchange between Cortney and Chris that talked about not having money, needing money. Is that correct?
Yes.
But we all know that on 9/30 on October 7th, Chris's dad, Michael, notified him that he was sending the rent money.
Yes.
So Michael and Tim, not Michael McNabb and Tim Bell, did take care of the kids. They made sure rent was paid. They made sure the kids were fed, taken care of.
Yes.
During this last jail phone call between Chris and Cortney on December 11th, Cortney mentions, they've told me that you signed a confession. You signed something saying you did it. Did you hear that on the call?
That's what it sounded like.
Nothing of that sort happened, correct?
Not that I'm aware of.
All right. There's nothing that's been in court, and this isn't something that he did and the judge has suppressed. This just didn't happen, period.
No.
Okay. And when Cortney says, I've heard that there's a recording of you and Shane out in the woods trying to figure out what to do with her. That never happened either, is that correct?
No.
There is no evidence.
Not that I've found. I mean, I haven't seen it or heard it anywhere.
And you are helping, you're working with the other Jeff Alexander, and you're working with Ms. Zahn to prepare this case. You've never heard of any recording of Shane Kidd and Chris McNabb trying to figure out what to do with Kalia's body?
No.
To the best of your knowledge, that does not exist?
No.
That's all I have. Thank you.
Mr. Frost?
But Mr. Alexander, you worked in narcotics for some years, correct?
Yes, sir.
You're very familiar with the meth trade around here. I think Ms. Zahn had indicated.
Yes, sir.
And would you describe that as somewhat of an epidemic in this county, or even further outside the county?
Absolutely.
And it produces a good many addicts, does it not?
Yes.
And in your experience, methamphetamine does have addictive qualities?
I believe so.
All right, thank you very much.
Ms. Zahn?
Have you ever seen where methamphetamine just jumps into somebody's system without them smoking it themselves to make that choice to get addicted?
No.
Now, with respect to the Izzy records that we were just talking about, the 551 timeline, you indicated that there were several different versions of events or timelines, I guess, throughout Mr. McNabb's 3 statements.
Yes.
And it wasn't until the second interview that Investigator Freeman confronted him with these photographs from this Izzy account that he created that show that he was updating this account at 5:51 in the morning. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And then once he's confronted with these, that's when he kind of slams his fist down in the interview and ends the interview.
Yes.
And then by the third interview, does he not sort of incorporate, oh yeah, and then I changed my Facebook profile and Cortney was there, she knew about it, so he's incorporating that now into his new timeline, isn't that correct?
Yes.
But nevertheless, at the beginning, wasn't there a timeline that they went to bed somewhere between 3 and 5 in the morning?
Yes. It was very unclear and very foggy at that beginning, at that first interview. But later, I feel as more information like this came out in that interview, the times were getting a little more clear and precise or added.
So I'm showing you this page 25 of the Izzy records, and it shows again that he added this profile picture to his Facebook page at what says 9:51 UTC, subtracting 4 hours, that'd be 5:51 in the morning. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Just shy, but just 8 minutes and 7 seconds shy of 6 o'clock in the morning. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now, at any point then in the first interview or in the second interview, when he slams his fist down, confronted with this photograph, does he ever talk about texting Cortney Morris at 9:42 that morning.
No.
Does that even appear in his third interview with Alexander? Is that in his timeline at all?
No.
In fact, you heard about that on the call where Cortney's sort of confronting him with like, Cortney Morris, Gail Morris has screenshots of you communicating, and he tells her like, no, remember I blocked her that night. You told me to block her.
Yes.
But in fact, there are records now that show that he did unblock Cortney Morris and say, my bad, I don't know what happened at 9:42.
Yes.
So the timeline where he was asleep that was supposed to be from 9:33 where the text message went to Courtney Bell, is that timeline now changing as a result of all this new evidence that's been discovered with his social media?
Absolutely.
And if you incorporate the Shane kid text messages at 7:41 a.m. and then within an hour that the child was missing, that really screws up his timeline, does it not?
Yes.
Thank you. Those are all the questions that I have.
Mr. Carter?
Thank you, Judge. Investigator Alexander, if you're trying to look back on something you did maybe a couple of weeks ago, you can give a general guideline of, you can probably remember what you did a couple of weeks ago as far as maybe working on this case or being at home. You could do that pretty well, right?
Yes.
But if you looked at your phone and you recall during that period of time, Ms. Zahn called you and asked you to do something, that's going to help refresh your memory as to the exact times. Is that fair?
Yes.
Now, during the first interview on October 20th, or first phone call on October 20th between Courtney and Chris, Chris says, you remember when I changed my picture on my profile picture on my phone? And she goes, yeah, I remember. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. That's all I have, Judge.
Mr. Frost?
No, sir,
Ms. Zahn?
Have you ever had your child abducted, Mr. Alexander?
Never.
If your child were abducted, would you make it a point to go to your phone and pull up the exact dates and times and minutes an hour later when the police showed up?
Absolutely.
Thank you. That's all that I have.
Mr. Carter? You may step down.
During this time, the state rests.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, Jerry, I'm gonna go ahead and excuse you for lunch. Until 1:45. Don't discuss this case with each other or anybody else. Allow anybody to discuss it with you. Please leave all your notes here. Do no investigation on your own. As I instruct you every time, please do not look at any media, any newspapers, print, anything social media. Don't get on computers. And if something should have happened, please bring it to my attention when you come back. But you're excused till 1:45.
When he caused Kalia's death while in the commission of cruelty to the children, as alleged in count 7, by causing said child under the age of 18 cruel and excessive physical pain by inflicting blunt force trauma to her head. Now, count 7 reads, with criminal negligence, Mr. McNabb caused Kalia McNabb, a child under the 18 years of age, cruel and excessive physical pain by inflicting blunt force trauma upon said child. Your Honor, there's no evidence in this case that there was any type of accident or negligence which led to the death in this case.
So you don't contend taking methamphetamine and putting yourself in a mental state is negligence when you're dealing with children?
That would if there was any evidence of that. The evidence in this case is that
I thought there was evidence of him smoking actually methamphetamine that night, continually doing methamphetamine.
There was, Your Honor.
I thought he testified on his statement that he'd even had an out-of-body experience at another time because of this use of methamphetamine.
That is correct.
That's an altered state. So would it not be negligent knowing that could happen to you to do that in the presence of a 2-week-old child that's around you?
Yes, sir. But there, again, there's no evidence that this occurred in any way other than in a violent way, other than an intentional way.
We've seen rage. You know, that it's theoretically, even the defendant says this was done by somebody on meth, or a meth, in essence, fueled kind of deal.
And we don't have any evidence that that is the defendant in this case. The evidence shows that Kalia was safe, happy, fed, and sleeping like a baby on that night. Christopher McNabb was acting like a proud father. To say that something happened in the meantime, that they were negligent, just doesn't make any sense. It's either intentional or it's not. Either he did this on purpose, either he intentionally did this to the child, or he
The
didn't.
issue is not looking at the evidence most favorable to the defendant, is how you're arguing it. It's looking at the evidence most favorable to the non-moving party, which would in this instance would be the state. And the state doesn't concede anything of what you're saying.
I understand.
And as I've already indicated to you, there is a negligence that the jury could find. They might find him not guilty of malice murder, seeing it's not intentional at all, felony murder, seeing that none of that's intentional, but find him guilty of murder in the second degree because of negligence for doing methamphetamine and getting it in a rage state
I understand.
for some reason. So I would deny your motions on those grounds.
Yes, sir.
Anything else?
Not for me, Your Honor.
Mr. Frost?
Judge, I would make the same motion. I believe the state has failed to meet its prima facie case against my client. I understand already how the court feels about the negligence issue. As it pertains to Ms. Bell, the definition for criminal negligence is obviously that there be willful, wanton, and or reckless disregard for others. In other words, action so severe that it was almost inevitable that something like this would happen. In this case, the evidence that has been presented has been largely, largely against the other defendant, Mr. McNabb, that he was almost an intervening and separate entity that came in, and under any circumstances, this would have ended up like that. There's nothing that has been stated that rises to the level of absolute willful and wanton behavior that would have all but made sure this came out. The only thing that really has come out to that level is allegations that someone, whether it be Mr. McNabb or someone else, came out of nowhere, broke whatever chain of events was going to happen, and performed this horrendous and heinous act against this child. As well as to count 3, and that would be for counts 2, which obviously if count 2 fails, count 1 has to fail. As to count 3, Judge, this is that she provide proper parental care and that she failed to do so by giving adequate supervision. She was in the house, she was asleep, she'd been up with the baby according to the statements that came in. Even according to her defendant's, her co-defendant's statements, she was asleep. There's no indication this was, as someone described, some meth-induced 24-hour sleep. She had been up at as late as 5:30, and Mr. McNabb, by his own reckoning, was up at 9:30 when his father called to let him know that he had sent a check. 4 hours is, I would think, is very reasonable. If a parent can get 4 hours with a newborn, they're in high cotton, as we might say. But certainly nothing else would have been lacking in parental care at that time to support the contributing to a deprivation of a minor. And that would be our argument, Judge. We'd ask that you grant the directed verdict as to those counts, all counts.
Okay, as I've already ruled, the fundamental principle of law is that the evidence has to be looked at in the light most favorable to the non-moving party. And I find your argument to me is a total defense argument for me to look at the evidence in the light most favorable to the defendant, which I choose by law not to do. And looking at it in the light most favorable to the state, I find there is sufficient evidence to go to the jury on each of these issues. And I deny the motions. Is there anything further required on those motions by anybody?
No, sir.
Now, where are we in the case? The state has rested. I need to get some timing issues figured out.
Your Honor, I do not intend to call any witnesses, and I do not intend to call Mr. McNabb.
Okay.
I would make the same announcement for our side.
Well, then, be seated for a second. Mr. McNabb, I'm going to address you first. You've heard everything I've said out here all of the time, talking to the jurors and everything. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
a decision on whether you testified or not testify is your decision, not your attorney's decision. Do you understand that clearly?
Yes, sir, I understand.
Have you had adequate time to talk to your attorney about the advisability of either testifying or not testifying?
Yes, I have, Your Honor.
Oh, I have to make sure from the bench that this is a freely and voluntary choice on your part after you've had adequate time to consult with your attorney. Do you feel like you've had adequate time to discuss it with your attorney?
Yes, sir, I do.
And after discussing it with your attorney and understanding clearly it's only your choice and nobody's else, and you can't be heard to complain later if things do not turn out the way you want them to turn out by saying, I wanted to testify that day, but my attorney would not allow me.
Sir, I feel like everything I could have said has already been said by myself in all interviews, so I
Okay.
don't feel like I should get on the stand
That's
because
fine.
I've conveyed everything I've wanted to say.
I just want to make sure you have a clear understanding of everything, and this is your choice.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Ms. Bell, I'm going to, in essence, tell you the same thing and ask you the same questions. You understand what your rights are?
Yes, sir, I do.
You understand that you're the only one that can make the decision about whether you testify or not testify?
Absolutely.
You understand your attorneys may advise you, but they can't order you or tell you.
Yes, sir.
You understand that if convicted, you will not be heard to complain later, that you just didn't get your opportunity to testify.
Right.
Okay. Now, is the decision not to testify your decision?
It is.
Is it freely and voluntarily entered into?
Yes.
Okay, then, is there any further advisements anybody wishes me to do on the record?
No, sir, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
Let's turn next to our charges, and hold our charge conference. I gotta find those two. And make sure. Turn to the state's request to charge first. Now typically, I'm just gonna tell you what I'm gonna do, and y'all tell me if you wanna make any objections on the record. Their number one charge is simply a definition of the crime of malice murder, which the court will give. Number two is a definition of motive, which the court will give. Number three is a definition of felony murder, which the court will give. Next, on 4 is a definition of battery, which the court will give. Cruelty to children in the first degree is number 5, which the court will give. Number 6 is felony murder, which the court will give a definition of. Number 7 is murder in the second degree, which the court will give. Number 8 is cruelty to children in the second degree, which the court will give. Number 9 is a definition of criminal negligence, which the court will give. Number 10 is considering the death of another, which the court will give. Number 12 is contributing to delinquency or dependency of a minor, which the court will give.
Judge, I was going to ask, could you, for state's number 9, criminal negligence, could you please let the jury know that that only applies to count 4, the second degree murder count?
Yes. I don't have all this in front of me right now, but is negligence talked about in the other counts, not one or, so it's not at all on, so it's only cruelty to children in the second degree, y'all are saying? Okay, that's fine.
And murder, second degree murder.
Right. But also cruelty to children,
Yeah,
second
yeah.
degree. I've already said about 10 and 11. Number 12 is on intent, which the court will give. 13 is on expert witnesses, which the court will give. 14 is on single witness and corroboration, which the court will give. Number 15 is the statement by one defendant at a joint trial, which the court will again give. I've given it several times. Number 16, y'all have got it real detail about stipulations, but I don't know we need all of that. If I just tell them in the standard evidence charge that it's stipulations which are agreed to by counsel, so I will not give you number 16. 17 is on direct and circumstantial evidence, which the court's going to give the pattern on. 18 is on credibility of witnesses, which the court will give the pattern on. 19 is on prior difficulties. Are you only talking about prior difficulties between?
I'm just withdrawing that one.
You're withdrawing that, okay? Number 20 is the limiting instructions. Was that for the prior difficulties?
Yes, Your Honor. Or no, that was for the, when we were reading the statements, I believe.
Okay, then I will give number 20 on limiting instructions. I'm giving them 21 on sympathy, 22 on the responsibility for sentencing. And I see that there have been additional supplemental charges given. I've got down 20, I've got two 23s, I guess, but you really mean 22. What was the last one you had? You had a 22, so your 23, Ms. Stone, would be intoxication, voluntary, no excuse for a crime, which the court will give. A new number 24 is being withdrawn. But I'll ask just to make sure, anybody raising the issue of venue? Anybody on the defense side see the necessity for giving a venue charge?
Yes.
Okay, so I will not give 24. That concludes the state's charges, am I right?
Well, we actually filed an additional supplement on 25, which is it's the venue charge that we meant to submit in 24, but it was not correct. It was filed this morning, but it essentially says that homicide is proven, venue is either where the wound was inflicted that caused the death, or that cannot be determined, then where the body was found. And here, we don't have specific evidence whether the child was killed in the trailer, outside the trailer. I certainly don't think anybody's contending that somebody took the child into another county and then buried it here. But to be on the safe side, I just wanted to point out to the jury that because the body was found here in Newton County, venue lies here, even though we don't know.
Well, my first comment would be on either defense attorney, y'all planning to argue that point she's just making?
I do not have any evidence the child died anywhere other than Newton County.
So you wouldn't
Would not
argue to the
that.
jury?
That's correct.
Mr. Frost?
No, Your Honor.
So you're gonna inject something into the trial that's not
No, Judge,
there?
I just wanted to cover the bases to make sure.
Hey, if you want it, I will give it. But if nobody's even talking about it, do you actually think a juror's gonna get back there and say to themselves, you know,
No, Your Honor.
they could have taken the child somewhere else and killed it and then brought it back, so that's gonna be the impediment to me. But if you want me to give it, I will give it. Which one do you want me to do?
I would prefer that you give it, Judge.
I will give it at Mrs. Zahn's insistence.
Thank you.
Turning now to Mr. McNabb's charges. If I can find them in this paperwork. And I can't. Y'all bear with me for 1 second. Let's turn to number 1, which is grave suspicion. I'll work it into the reasonable doubt charge. Your number 2 is on credibility of witnesses, which the court's going to give the pattern charge. And number 3 is on the impeachment of witnesses, which the court will give. Number 4 is on prior statements. I will give. 5, I've already indicated I'm going to give sympathy charge. I will give you number 6, but I'm really probably going to give Mr. Frost because it's more expensive. I will not give the new charge on that, but I'll give the one Mr. Frost is given. Number 7 is mere presence, which the court will give. And number 8 is mere association, which the court will give. Now, are there any comments made about Mr. McNabb's request to charge?
Mr. Chair.
Ms. Zahn, from your side?
Just on number 4, prior statements, are you giving the pattern or are you giving that
I think we give the pattern charge. Is that what we've got in there, Mr. Decker? Yeah. We got the pattern charge
Okay, thank you.
that I would give, and we'll check it again at works. Turning next to the defendant's bail charges. Number one is murder in the second degree. I've already indicated I'm giving that one. Cruelty to children, second degree is number two, which I'm giving the definition. Number three is the indictment and plea not being evidence, and the court's going to give the pattern charge on that. Number four is that the court has no interest in the case, which the court will give. I'm going to give the pattern charge on the presumption of innocence, burden of proof, and reasonable doubt that you're asking for is number five. Okay, this thing, let me see. Number six is on intent. The court's going to give the pattern charge on that. Number seven is on motive, which the court's already indicated it's giving us a pattern charge. Number eight is no presumption of criminal intent, which the court's going to give. And number nine, we need to talk about. I find all that's confusing, Mr. Frost, because of the particular circumstances in this case. I think the general charge on intent covers the principles of law adequately. The knowledge charge, you see it very readily in a drug possession case. And Judge Benton had a case that got reversed because he would not give the charge. The defendant was charged with possession of a pill, which is a Schedule II drug, let's say. His defense was that he'd gotten it from his mama and thought it was aspirin. And so the Supreme Court of the Court of Appeals ruled that you needed to give this charge in that instance to make sure they understood, the juries did, what the defense of the defendant was. That he had no knowledge that the pill he had was the specific controlled substance. He thought it was aspirin, and they had to figure out the credibility of that. We've got a case that, for your client, revolves around the negligence of the environment that had been created and her specific knowledge that it was a dangerous environment because of the previous actions of McNabb against her and the use of methamphetamine. So to me, it's kind of clouding the whole issue. If I give the charge, and you can easily stand up and look at the jurors and say, you just wait till that judge says she's got to have actual knowledge a murder is going to be committed in order for you to find her guilty. I'm not so certain that's true. I think it's the environment through her negligence that she creates. And a corollary I'm going to tell you is where negligence is really coming up so often with all attorneys, and that's in the civil arena of car accidents. It'd be almost as if saying, well, a person has the knowledge that a car accident's going to happen before you can find them guilty of negligence in this way. And that's just not the truth. It's the existence of the state that's created through your negligence that you're going to be found culpable for later. Is there anything, Ms. Zahn, that you want to say contrary to what I'm saying? Or?
No, Judge, but I note at the top of the charge, it's talking about knowing and intentionally. So I think knowledge is only applicable in an intentional crime, where she's charged with an intentional crime as opposed to negligence.
Okay, that's a much better, shorter way of saying what I rambled on about 10 minutes of saying. So I would not give your number 9, finding that the intent charge covers the principle adequately and due to the peculiar circumstances of this case.
We're going to stick just with the intent?
The pattern charge on intent, which says she has to intentionally intend to commit the act.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, I would object for the record. But
okay. I've already indicated I'm going to give number 10 and number 11. I've already indicated I'm going to give number 12 on grave suspicion. I'm going to give the pattern charge on multiple defendants. I've already indicated I'm giving this charge on the defendant's election not to testify. I'm going to give the charge on direct circumstantial evidence, as I've said, you number 15.
Judge, I would ask that you give this charge. The state doesn't have the last paragraph where it says you'd be authorized to convict only if it excludes every other reasonable hypothesis.
The pattern charge does include that. Mr. Decker, did you put in the pattern charge on this?
Mr. Frost's 2013 charge is the pattern for 2013.
Is that the one you put in?
Yes, sir. They were all in there, but I removed the other two.
We typically just go to the pattern charge.
Right.
And get it, and that would have been in there.
Yes, sir.
And I, again, make a note to recheck that during lunch. Number 16, I've already given, indicate I'm going to give a charge on impeachment. 17 is on credibility witnesses. I've already indicated I'm going to give. Number 18, I've already indicated I'm going to give just statement by one defendant in a joint trial. I guess I will give number 19. Immunity or leniency granted the witness.
I guess he's referring to Shane Kidd, and I have no objection, Judge.
Okay, then I'll give you number 20, but this is Mr. Frost who's asking for it. I've already indicated I'm going to give a prior statement charge. Now we come into your number 22, which is a very lengthy charge on the statement of the defendant. There's not been any issue in this case that any statement given was not freely and voluntarily given. Are you asking that I give all this so that you can argue to the jury that the statement she gave was not freely and voluntarily given?
I'm not going to be making that argument at all.
Well, if you're not making the argument, then why would I charge them on issues of law?
That's fine.
So it's fine if I do not give it?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay, I will not give you number 22. Number 23 is on expert witnesses, which the court's going to give the standard charge.
I'm sorry. They're just, the only argument, I just want to make sure I say this before I actually get up and close and argue it, is I do plan to mention that there was times in one of her statements, I believe it was second or third one, where she says numerous times, I'm freezing, I'm blue, I really want to go, I just want to go, I just want to go, over and over and over and over. Now, I don't plan to say that anything other than, yet she stayed. Despite,
You can say all of that.
I just want to make sure.
Charge 22 goes to the freeness, that's
Voluntariness, freedom.
voluntariness.
Yes, I understand.
Freely given a statement, that's what I'm saying.
Correct, yes.
Okay, so you can argue that, no problem. That concludes Mr. Frost's charge. Any comments anybody wants to make about that?
No, sir.
No, Your Honor.
And I didn't ask when I finished the state's charge, are there any comments anybody wants to make about the state's charges?
No, sir.
Anything else we need to discuss out here?
Judge, if your clerk gets this together, your charge together in written form before 1:45, can he email a copy to us? So we'll just have it.
I'm not gonna have it together before 1:45. I spent all my time taking that charge and fly-specking it over and over again while y'all are giving closing statements. I'd already been asked by the media if I'd just give them a copy of my charge, and I say no, because I write all over it, and make notes. And like I say, I've caught so many things during the closings that I thought I'd caught before, in reality had not. So, no. But I'll give you one after I conclude the charge, if that's possible. So for any other time, but
Yes, sir.
and I'll take a recess after the jury goes out for you to fly spec what I'll give you at that point in time to see if you want to make further objections on the record.
Yes, sir. The other thing I would ask, we never really spoke about it. In fact, Mr. Frost and I never really spoke about it, but I've just been going first the whole time.
Mhm.
I would prefer that Mr. Frost give his closing, then I give mine. I have the most serious charge, and I don't know how the court is supposed to make that decision when we can't agree. Mr. Frost says he doesn't want to do that.
I'm not going to allow it. We're going to do the same order we've been doing all along. I'm not going to shift the order now. Y'all should have said something a lot earlier about how you wanted to proceed, because I would have alternated the whole time. And whoever made the opening statement, I've got to be fair to both sides. And you're telling me now, well, I want to shift it at this 12th hour. It shouldn't change anything. Y'all both have to speak prior to the state speaking, unless you're gonna use both sides of yours. You're not, you're gonna only use your, so utilizing my discretion, we're gonna keep the same order.
Yes, sir.
Anything else?
Just with respect to time, it's my understanding this, we have more than an hour in a capital case if required.
Yes, I don't know. You're welcome to research because there's mixed findings. The statutory law says one thing and the uniform rules say another thing. So what takes place? The statutory law or the uniform rules? I would assume it's the statutory law.
It's always been my understanding, Judge, that there was 2 hours afforded, but I'll get the research. And I don't know that I'm not threatening that it would be 2 hours, but I do have to respond to 2 different attorneys, and there are 2 different defenses and 2 different theories of guilt in terms, so it might take longer than an hour. And I imagine they're both going to be pretty lengthy closings as well.
Well, what are we gonna do? Because you're indicating to me that the jury wouldn't even get the case till 6 o'clock today sometime. By what you're saying,
I
2
speak very
o'clock
fast.
2 o'clock is when we're coming back. So if you take an hour, you take an hour, you take an hour, that's 5 o'clock. And then the charge itself is gonna take a good 30 minutes. So and that's just if everything runs smoothly and there's no problems. So, we got a choice to make. And I might leave it up to the jury whether they wanna go ahead today, even if we're going to tonight, or whether they wanna recess for today and have closing arguments tomorrow morning, where we can do it all at one time. What do y'all think?
I'm happy with whatever the jury decides. I can do it today. I see benefit in waiting until tomorrow morning so that we have the full day to do it. But I think if we can get the arguments done and then ask the jury, whether they want to stay and deliberate or just start deliberating in the morning, that would be fine as well. So I'm very flexible.
You say 2 things, because I would have to know that before the arguments were done. I can't wait till the arguments are done and then put it to them.
I think that was a long way of saying I'm flexible.
Okay. Mr. Frost?
I would, I'm not partial one way or the other. On the one hand, I'm very eager to
Y'all be ready to go. I'll bring the jurors out after lunch, and my first comments to them would be the timing issue of whether they wanted to go today, which meant they might not even get the case till 6 o'clock. Might be earlier, but I can't predict that. And I would want them to start deliberating, but then that's gonna put us in the supper hour. What do you do? I mean, this is crazy. If I had a preference, I would want them to all say, oh, Judge, we're happy to come back tomorrow morning. And that way it'd be a lot better for everybody. Y'all wear me out. I know I look like I'm a young, vigorous man. It's not true. I'm aging by the minute. So, does everybody know what we're talking about?
Yes, sir.
Okay, it's 1 o'clock. We'll be back at 1:45. Because the pattern charge is on intoxication, which, as I've already indicated, is about alcohol. So I was going to have it be, Georgia law provides that voluntary intoxication or being under the influence of drugs shall not be an excuse for any criminal act. It further provides that if a person's mind, when not affected by drugs, is capable of distinguishing between right and wrong, as well as of reasoning and acting rationally, and the person voluntarily deprives himself or herself of reason by consuming drugs and commits a criminal act while under the influence of such drugs, the person is criminally responsible for such acts to the same extent as if the person were not under the influence of the drugs. Whether or not a defendant in this case was voluntarily under the influence of drugs at or during the time alleged in this indictment is a matter solely for you, the jury, to determine. Is that adequate to everybody?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Don't think we on the record in front of the jury talked about y'all's resting your cases and the defendant's not testifying. So when the jurors are first brought out, then I'm going to allow y'all, I'm going to turn and ask for you to present your defenses, and you'll tell me, we're rested. At the time, I'm going to turn to the jury and realize that I think that's what you were talking about, Mr. Carter. We have 3 options. One is to try to cram everything in today, and then let them start deliberating. 2 is just recess it until tomorrow to do everything, or probably the third one is to do the closing statements today. Then send them home and me do the charge of the court tomorrow morning when they first get back. What do y'all think? Anybody?
That is what I was saying.
I don't like option number 3, Judge. I mean, I'd rather them be charged right after the closings and go into arguments, but.
With all this evidence, you think that somehow they can wade through all this evidence that's been submitted, thousands upon pages of the Facebook notebooks, and look at all that, hours of video testimony. Well, I'm going to leave it up to the jurors on those 3 options, because I think the better option is that one I just said, the third option, because we get it done, but they can't deliberate yet until they get the closing charge tomorrow morning, and have the whole day to deliberate, because the charge won't take 30 minutes or 45 minutes, and then they would have that. Mr. Frost?
Yes, sir. Because of that exact reason, when you discuss it with the jury, will you make mention that we will probably cite to some of those jury charges? And I want them to understand how important it will be to be able to remember what we're saying in light of what they're going to hear from the court as far as the law and when they put them together. Because my fear is that if we don't do this in one cohesive strand, they may be, what did that guy say? And I realize that what we say in closing arguments is not evidence. However, we're going to be putting the summation together, and I'm afraid they may.
Okay, so. State's opposed to me to splitting the closing charges and the charge of court, and you sound like you're opposed to that too.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I got 2 opposed to it, and Mr. Carter is flexible, as he said. So he's just neutral in the matter. Okay, it's going to be a starker choice now, without any compromise, because I'll just give them the 2 choices and take the third one off the table. Is everybody ready?
Yes, sir.
Let me bring the jurors in. Everybody be seated. The state has rested its case, so I turn first to Mr. McNabb and Mr. Carter. You may present your first witness.
Your Honor, on behalf of Mr. McNabb, the defense rests.
Okay. We next turn to Ms. Bell's defense. Mr. Frost?
Your Honor, on behalf of Ms. Bell, the defense rests.
Okay. Then we consider the evidence closed at this time. There comes a time when it's real awkward for me, because with my experience and everything, I can see how things are kind of playing out. Each side is going to have extensive time to make their arguments to you. As I've stated at some other time, I can't predict when baseball games are going to end, whether there'll be extra innings or not. I can't predict this. Let's assume for a second that they might take all the way up to 5 or 5:30 with their closing arguments. Well, I got to give you a charge of a court right there, because they fashion their arguments a lot of time on what charges of law I'm going to give you. I'd push us up after that, and then we'd all want you to start deliberating right away. I think the better thing to do, although I hate it for y'all, I say that, but I think we'd be back tomorrow anyway, is just to release everybody today and have you reconvene tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock, where we can do it all one fell swoop. And you'll have time to look at the evidence without somebody going to sleep back there, because it's not a marathon. I want y'all to be rested and listen to everybody with a clear head, and the charge of law with a clear head. So, unless I hear some strong objection to it, we're going to recess until 9 o'clock tomorrow morning to continue. Anybody who needs to, of course this is being live streamed, so maybe your bosses are watching. But if they weren't, it'd be 5 o'clock right now for their purposes. But since they might be watching, then it doesn't matter. So again, remember my instructions. Don't discuss this case with each other or anybody else. Allow anybody to discuss it with you. Do no investigation on your own of any kind, form, or fashion. Time you arrive to get here at 9 o'clock for the reasons stated earlier. Make sure you don't let anybody talk to you about the case, that you look at social media of the case, the television of the case. It heats up about this time of the case with the media. So be extra cautious and don't look at anything, social media, anything. Have I got your assurances on that? Everybody's nodding their head yes. You're excused until 9 a.m. tomorrow morning.